into real estate but don't know where to start?
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today.
Hey Chris, is that you? Damn.
Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we... What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Cashflow Money Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another weekly accountability meeting, yo. It's the second week, the second Sunday of 2026. We coming in the mix, swinging and bucking and swinging, making some deals happen. Give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share if you care, and we are in there like that there. What's going on, Big Art?
How you doing, Chris?
Another sunny Sunday in the STL. Trying to get some more deals going. I think I got 2 deals closing this week.
Nice. It's always nice when they double up like that.
Got a tenant buyer moving in. I was supposed to close Tuesday, and this other deal I'm buying, I was supposed to close last week, but they needed a few more days, so we're probably going to close that probably Tuesday as well. So I'm aiming for a double Tuesday close.
Nice. Congratulations on that, by the way.
You say what?
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, what did I do now?
Keeping them deals going, man. It's always a good thing.
Come on, Art. That's normal. That's regular. No, I shouldn't say that. We are blessed for sure to be able to do this thing called real estate, because I know I've been told my whole life that you can't get into real estate. You got to go get your license. You got to save a bunch of money. You need an 849 credit score. Were you told that coming up that you couldn't get into real estate or things like that too?
Man, it started out so low, Chris. Real estate wasn't even a conversation, man. None of my family's
your next meal was important.
Yeah, just if you can get in the meal, you're good.
Wow. Hey, that's the game right there, man. You know, it's a lot of people figure that you can't do it, and I'm just here to tell you as a living witness, you can definitely do this thing if you take the time to study, learn the game, not the things they telling you that you've been told, go get a license and all this stuff, which that is a route for some people. But I found out that you don't need a real estate license. You don't need a bunch of money in the bank. You don't need a high credit score, but you do need one thing at least, and that's a skill set. And that's all I can say. If you could understand that, the marketing play, the sales play, things like that. Before you got into real estate, have you ever worked any sales jobs or anything like that?
I did. When I was fresh out of high school, maybe a year or two after I graduated, I worked at a call center selling insurance for maybe 2 or 3 months.
So you didn't like it, I guess.
There were parts of it that I did enjoy. It was one specific policy that I really believe was a good policy for the people that I was selling it to. I enjoyed selling that one. but the rest of them I didn't really believe in them, and I had no real understanding of sales at that time either.
And that's one of the things you need to have inside of you when you think about sales. You must believe in the product you're selling, right? Because if you're trying to sell some stuff or sell a product or a service and you don't believe in it, it comes off as fake and phony, or you're just acting. But if you notice it's truly a good opportunity for the person that your client or your potential lead, this is really something you could say, hey, this solves your problem, whether you're buying, selling real estate, whatever you're doing. This is actually something you need. Because the people I'm working with right now, we've been working all the fine little details out on getting this lease option done. They're trying to put down, 80% of what they said they can put down. Tomorrow, we want to keep a little money for themselves. I'm like, So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to let them do a payment plan on the remainder of the non-refundable option fee, just to get them in there and get it off the books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he liked the house. When I took the guy out there to take a look at it, he was telling me, I can fix this, I can fix that, I can do this, I'm going to do all this, I'm real handy. And I'm looking like, you got some money and you're handy? Sign him up. So him and his wife was looking at it. They went and looked at it again today. I guess they want to confirm that they liked it. I'm like, yeah, go look at it. I don't care. If you're going to close it Tuesday, check it all out now, because once we sign it over, don't call me for nothing. Treat me like Bank of America, baby.
Yeah.
Do you let them do multiple inspections and walkthroughs when they go to your houses too?
I haven't really had anyone ask for like multiple like that so far, but if they wanted to, I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't blame them if they're putting up thousands of dollars. They want to see it a few times. I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he just messaged me too, telling me, yeah, when are you going to be moving the furniture? I'm like, boy, if you don't chill out, you close on Tuesday. This is Sunday. We can get the stuff out. It ain't nothing but a 2-bedroom set and a sofa, a blue sofa. But, people be getting antsy. I'm like, well, just drop the money. I'll get it out there today. Because I want to make sure they're serious about it and everything, and they really like it. So that's a good little starter home for them. It's just a man and his wife. They don't have any kids, no pets. So it's like perfect house for them. A little starter home, and they live right around the corner. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can.
Where they found my property from, right? Not the internet, from a dang on sign. Say, rent to own, no banks needed. And they call that number, and they've been locked in ever since. So they looked at it on, what was it, Friday? Or was it yesterday? I think they looked at it Friday, and they wanted to see it again today. And so they like it. So they filled out all their forms. We're moving them to the finish line, and that'll be another one locked in. And the cash flow on that is going to be, let's see, he's paying $1,850, and the payment on that property is $11. So what's that? Like $600, $700?
Yeah, 700.
Yeah, so long as he can pay, he can stay. So I'm ready to get him in there. I'm just licking my chops.
That's a good one. 700, man.
Yeah, on a house that was given to me. I didn't tell you that part, Art. Given to me. I'll be saying it, but people think I just be talking. When they're like, you can be given a house. Somebody can just say, here, I don't want it no more. And you can buy for what they owe on it, take over the property subject to, and run that play, Especially if it's move-in ready. I just don't like doing that on these houses that are real beat up. Real beat up is not good for me. What's going on in your world this week? Are anything juicy? Any good deals, opportunities?
Yeah, it's been a really good week. So a few things real quick. So on one of my sub 2 deals that I have under contract, I thought we were going to be closing on it, this week. Come to find out, 6 years ago, a wholesaler put a memo on it before he assigned it. And somehow this guy never cleared the memo, but the property has sold 3 separate times with the warranty deed. I don't even know how that's possible, but I have to deal with this now. So I have to track this guy down. So title company is telling me either I can track him down and have him sign off a release, or my other option would be a quiet title. So
who closed it before? A different title company, I guess?
Yes.
Can you go back to that title company and close it?
That is an option. I haven't dealt with that title company on a sub 2 deal, so I would honestly prefer to just keep it with my title company I'm dealing with now, because they understand what I'm trying to do with this particular deal, which I need to delay the recording. If I have to go through them, I will, but I'd rather just keep it with these people. And it kind of works out either way because the bank is telling me they want me to make these 3 payments before they put the arrears on the back of the loan anyway. So I got time. So I could just do a quiet title and just have it all done and never have to worry about this again.
Yeah, because I don't know how they're going to close it with a different title company. You said 3 different times?
3 times. So I looked at the transaction history and I seen that one of the times it sold, it was a local flipper. So I reached out to that guy because I know him and I said, hey, how are you able to do this? Do you have any recommendations? He said, long story short, he told me 3 years before they flipped it, they ran into the same scenario. The guy had the memo on it. They couldn't find him. So the title company had them sign off on what they call an undertaking, which basically means that they're just saying, okay, we know this there, we're moving forward. So he said he can provide me his insurance policy that they got when they closed, or he would recommend that I just go to one of the title companies that he used. So I have those options. So I'm working that. It's not a big deal. It's just going to be a time thing.
Yeah, they call it an exception here when we take something with a lien on it or something like that. They just don't insure that part. How much is the memo for? I mean, how much will it be if you had to pay them or something? Or do you know?
I don't know that. It's just like when I got the Schedule B or whatever that's called, the Ulta statement, then it was saying that just that obviously there was a foreclosure that's pending, and then this guy has a vested interest.
Wow. So they can just hold a memo for 20 years. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just thoroughly confused on how 3 separate times this closed with the warranty deed and the memo was still in place.
So is this a person name on it or some entity?
A person's name.
Oh, messy. Well, I mean, I guess you can kind of find them, but I guess nobody can find them.
I've been trying. So I know people that know this guy. I reached out to them, say, hey, connect us. I've tried skip tracing this guy. I actually had a phone number from him in my cell phone I talked to him at some point in the past. So I called that, disconnected. Every number I skip trace, no longer his number. Reached out to him on social media, no response. So it seems like he don't really want to be found.
Okay, so here's another loophole. Did the person who put the memo on have permission from the seller to record a memorandum?
I don't have any more facts other than what I told you, but what I do know is when a title company pulled their title report, this popped up and they're telling me I have to deal with it. So that's all I know. So I would imagine he did.
Because usually they have to get permission from them to be able to put a memorandum on a property, something signed off from the seller, acknowledging that they know that, yes, we can put a memo on the property. Because sometimes those little things get overlooked, not to get too crazy with it, but I'll be like, where's the original purchase agreement? Who was the original people who recorded this? Where is that paperwork at? Go back, look at that paperwork. And if something ain't right, they need to take that off because it was done improperly. It's just another option.
Yeah. So I don't have any further information past that right now. Title company just telling me it's for sure there, and I have to do one of these options, either find them or quiet title. So, I'm dealing with that. It shouldn't be a big deal. It's just going to be time.
Have you ever put a memo on somebody when you're buying a property before?
No, but I had a deal last year that I wish I did. I wish I did.
Because it's people running full businesses on just locking up property, putting a memorandum on it, clouding the title, preventing other people from buying it and saying, yeah, before y'all buy, y'all got to pay me.
I didn't know that people do that. Like, I guess that makes sense. That's crazy.
It's big in Texas. I mean, they don't do too much of that in other places, but down in Texas, they kind of cutthroat. When I go down there, I'm like, every time I go to Texas, I'm like, man, y'all dudes cutthroat down here. Y'all be doing some gangster stuff, making sure ain't nobody breathing, keeping foots on necks.
Yeah, I was just reading the real estate Bible by Chris Haskins too. Mentions this up in there too. He said he highly recommend we do that. So, maybe for certain deals I will moving forward, but it's whatever. Right. Just a deal and another lesson.
Yeah, because that's some just another thing to learn. And so you say you got that one, and you had another one you cooking up.
Oh yeah. So I got another deal. I made contact initially with this guy, maybe, I don't know, 10 days ago, 12 days ago. Then he went on vacation. Finally got back in contact with him today, and we did like a soft closing call. We agreed to everything. Me taking over his payment, giving him 2 or 3 thousand in his pocket, and from dealing with this dentist that he has to deal with, and then he'll be ready to move forward. So he told me give him until the 20th for that. So that's a pretty good one. It's a really nice house in a really nice area, completely rehabbed 2 years ago. 6 months behind on his payments. Highly desirable area in my market.
So the 6 months behind, what are you gonna do with that? You want to pay it?
No, that'll be the last thing. I'm gonna call up the bank and see what options we have, and I'm sure it's gonna either be. I'm gonna let them tell me what we can do, but I'm sure it's gonna either be between a loan mod or I guess that would be like a partial claim. Where, long story short, when they just tell us, make this payment for a few months and then we'll put it on the back of the loan.
Yeah, because I've had some do that where you have to do the 3-month payment, and then some just take it without any payment. Like, yeah, we approved it. Just start making your payment as normal. And I'm like, soon as they approve it, hurry up and send the payment in, because that's what locks it in. So they can't back out of it. They accepted a payment.
Yeah.
It gets them out of that, pre-foreclosure limbo,
Yeah, so they want me to make my first payment this month. They said it could be any time during the month, but they gave me a very specific amount down to the cents. They said it cannot be any more or less than that, and I got to make that for the next 3 months.
Wow. So that was quick then. They put that out. They didn't even give you 30 days in. That's less than 30 days.
Yeah, as soon as I called them, they said, this is what you do. Ready to move forward, make that payment. So,
is that payment the same as what the monthly payment was, or is it something lower?
It's about $200 less than the mortgage payment.
Cool. What's going on, Bathsheba? I see you in the background there chatting.
Hey, she made it. Awesome. I'm gonna run through the rest of these real quick, Chris, so we can just move on.
Oh yeah, you good.
So another opportunity that came my way this week is there was a lender. They're called, I don't know if I should say their name or not. I'm gonna say it. It's Kentucky Private Lending. Long story short, they called me up, and some very unique circumstances has arose for them, and they have 170 properties in my market that they want to sell. They're accepting offers, and they want to sell these properties right away. So they sent me the list of the properties, but they did not attach any pictures or asking prices. So that's kind of where we're at right now, because I'm not about to ride around to look at 170 properties.
I'm going to give you a hack. You ready, Art?
What?
Look up the Zillow and cut it in half. The Zillow say 200, we're offering 100, or maybe even 90 if you're really feeling froggy. A quick one, just to know if they even like, oh no, that's way too low, man. I ain't taking that. That's too cheap. Half of the Zillow right out the gate.
Great point.
On the ones you want, do you have to take them all, or will they sell them individually?
They'll sell them individually.
I would pick the ones you like in the areas you like and offer half the Zillow and just let them see what they say. And make them come back and they'll say, oh no, that's too low, or because they didn't give you any prices, you say, right?
Correct.
Yes, I mean, it's made up. Make up a number like they do.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll just do to try to get that ball rolling.
Because that's a lot of properties anyway. I mean,
exactly.
170?
170.
Yeah, that's a lot of houses. All single family.
Yeah. So basically what they did, this is actually, so I sold these people like 5 deals last year. And a lot of these properties that they bought from other wholesalers were properties that came from out of the tax sale. So basically people was getting the properties for $1,000 or $2,000, doing a quiet title, and then selling it to somebody for 10, 20, 30,000.
In Gary, Indiana, where it's known for that.
Correct. So all of the buyers out here are already privy to these types of deals. So, it's going to have to make sense. So there's just an opportunity.
Well, I mean, another option is just look up and see what they pay for it and offer them that or less.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They paid 8, we offering 8. You got your money back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Taxes, but other than that,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm just trying to get it. I don't want to overthink real estate. I try to make this simple get the conversation going. They don't want to give me information. Fine. I'll give you a number that makes sense for me, and roll it like that. But you're dealing with institutional buyers, so they might take it. You never know.
Yeah. So the next one that worked out this week is I had a property. The seller, it was long story short, this was a lead that I was looking at trying to buy myself on terms. Come to find out through talking to the seller, the reason that they were motivated to sell was because this property is in Illinois, in the part of Illinois where the taxes are going crazy. I'm talking about they're like, jumping up $1,000 or $2,000, $1,000 or $2,000 in a year.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it is. It's real crazy. So for that reason, he wants to sell the property, and for that reason, I don't want to buy it. So I told him that I would help him find a tenant buyer. So we were able to find someone, got him vetted out this week. We negotiated that I would get 30% of the non-refundable option fee. Mm-hmm. This tenant buyer, we got him at $7,000, so I'll make $2,100 on that one. So they supposed to be putting that money up tomorrow.
Wow! So you just middleman the deal and got yourself 2,000 bills, 2,100.
Yeah, 2,100. Dang. Yep. Just listed it on Zillow, and a bunch of calls and messages, and yeah. The seller met with them. I never met with the seller. I never seen the house. Don't even know how to get to that city. So that's
cool.
To
run on out there, burn up a bunch of gas, go take pictures, walk through, smell the stinky house, see how many pets they had. The whole rundown.
Yeah, the rookie rundown. That's what I used to do.
Exactly. You saying you ain't got to run out to that house? Not for real. You can, but it ain't necessary.
Yeah. And then I believe this will be the last one. I got a deal.
You say that, Art. Look what happened in Gary. My car got stolen in Gary, Indiana before.
Yeah, that's definitely some stuff that happened in Gary. It's like Grand Theft Auto.
Gary is a peaceful town.
Yeah, like Liberty City in Grand Theft Auto.
Damn. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, last one is a deal I have on the contract. Long story short, sent it out to cash buyers. This is a wholesale deal. I had a couple buyers go look at it, and they telling me that they would need me to be lower. So I sent a message to the seller, and I sent them a few options. One of them would be we could lower the price and move forward. Another one would be I could do a terms deal and pay him his original asking price or closer to it. Another one would be, we could list it or we can cancel. So waiting to hear back on that. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
So do you like acquisitions, acquiring property, or dispositions better? Which one do you like better?
Acquisitions, 100%.
So you like dealing with the sellers?
Yeah. Dispositions, it's obviously it's very important. You can do all the great negotiating, but if you don't find a buyer, there's nothing happening. But from the perspective of a skill set, for me, I like to just keep sharpening my sword on that end because I know I'm gonna be able to eat, and I'm not gonna be dependent on nobody else to find a deal for me to sell.
I know that's right, because a lot of people think, I'm just going to jump in the game. Man, if you can understand how to go get a fish on the hook, reel them in, and sell that fish to somebody else, whether it's a cash deal, whether it's a creative deal, deals are deals. A deal is a deal is a deal. Right, Bathsheba?
Bathsheba is crazy. What's up, y'all?
Happy New Year. How are you?
Man, I missed y'all, and I can tell y'all miss me too. What's up, yo, Art? What's up, yo? I be blowing Art up, yo. Art is really the MVP. Thank you so much for never just telling me stop texting you, because I always have like these premature questions. Yo, what's up, Teresa? So yeah, so I'm actually really, really glad that y'all are talking pre-foreclosure. And shameless plug, I am gonna join the Elite Club. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, Chris has an educational program, and different tiers based upon what your budget is and how much you want to learn. So y'all need to go ahead and join that class with me. What's up? We need to go ahead and get that at futurecashflowclub.com. Yo, he has all the training, he has the coaching. If you're in the St. Louis area or interested in investing in the area, you absolutely need to lock in with Chris. What's up? We down. So Yes, because okay, so I found a list of free foreclosures that going up for auction, and I was like, okay, wait, Chris, talk to me about this. And I'm like, all right, because I made my very first calls in the room, and then the holiday time came, so I got a little lax. Now I'm getting my mojo back. So I'm like, all right, let me get my feedback wet. So one person had passed away. I'm like, oh, Taraya would love that. So I'm just like, all right, cool. How do I navigate? So I picked up Art. He was like, yo, don't forget the 4 pillars. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bet I got qualified.
Your audio is choppy or something. I don't know. That's what it's kind of in and
It's
out.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Sorry. So I hit up Art, and he reminded me the 4 pillars so I could qualify these leads. So that's my first.
What's the 4 pillars?
Oh, I wrote them down. The 4 pillars are motivation, timeline, price, and wait, don't tell me. The reason that they want to sell. That's
Condition.
the motivation. Oh dang, I can't remember the 4th one.
Timeline, condition, motivation, price.
Condition. Okay.
Yeah. But hey, you gotta start somewhere. So yeah, you got the 4 pillars, and then what happened?
Right now, so I'm working on. I had to skip trace them and find the people because the site that I found them on didn't have any information on them. So right now, I'm skip tracing everybody. I'm just doing it on Fast People Search, and then once I get my first deal, I'm going to start investing in some tools that'll help me kind of get this done quicker. So that's it. Right now, I'm just qualifying. I'm working to skip trace everybody. Once I get qualified leads, then I know to bring it back to y'all. So that's my goal right now is qualifying. And not really jumping head first in it.
So are these properties in Illinois or Missouri, or where are these pre-foreclosures?
In Granite City, Illinois.
Granite City. Everybody loves Granite City.
Well, I do because in Madison County, they're open to me running my program there. So obviously I want to work enough deals, get houses sold, get properties done, get all that stuff done. So eventually I can work one in for myself. The goal is to make money and then make moves. So I want to acquire for myself. So yeah, I'm trying to dispo all of these that are soon to be auctioned, all that stuff, get them qualified, dispo them to buyers, stack my bread, and then try to get one under seller finance or one that I could take over their mortgage and go from there, because then I'll be able to run my program. But I'm excited, man. God is good. I'm moving forward. I am walking in victory. I'm walking in my authority. I ain't no victim. We putting the action in. It is what it is. I'm going to learn. I'm going to bump my head and keep it moving, period.
That's right. And so you said you're going to skip trace them. What we like to do sometimes, especially if we're real close to them, we like to go and knock on that door. Knock on the door.
Oh,
save the time, save the energy, especially if you want to be in a certain area. If you know all these ones in this area of Granite City, just go knock on the door.
And I work in that area. See, what happened was I assumed that just because they're under foreclosure, they don't live there anymore. But I guess that's not true.
That's the thing about real estate. Assume nothing and be completely curious and ask questions. I assume nothing when I'm doing it.
So before and after work all this week, I'm going to go door knocking.
I'm going to put it like this too.
Yay.
I know nothing. I just know to ask good quality questions. That's all I know when it comes to all of this stuff.
Well, thank you so much, Sensei. I appreciate that so much.
Karen knows it too, right, Karen? We know nothing. We just know to ask good questions. Uh-oh, she froze. As soon as I put her on there, she froze. Oh, well.
But yes, shout out to Art. Thank you so much, Art. I really appreciate you. Because I be texting, I be hitting him up, and he definitely fully supported your girl. He didn't make me feel, he didn't make me feel bad. He was like, yo, get it together, get back on the ball. So
that's right. Once you got a framework and a process, find the leads, qualify or disqualify the leads, and go get the deal closed. It's that simple. We try to do anything beyond it. We overthinking it. We're over processing it. We're thinking about something that'll never happen. Oh, they won't give me their house. Somebody just gave me their house. Oh, they won't take this much. Oh, no, they just took that much. All these people are just people. We don't know what they're willing to do. That's why I don't try to think for them. I don't try to assume anything. I just want to ask questions and allow them to tell me yes or allow them to tell me no. It's just that easy.
And even if I get 100 no's, one of them is gonna be a yes. So I'm gonna keep pushing. It don't even matter.
Right.
I'm helping them. Like, hey.
Now, Sheba, when you find one of these people, say you knock on the door, what are you gonna say to them?
When I knock on the door, I'm gonna say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Sheba. I just really, I found out that your house is currently under pre-foreclosure. How can I help you in that situation?" Right? Like, find a way to get them to pour out their problems onto me, so then I can become a problem solver versus trying to just come at them and offer them money and just say,
Correct.
"Hey, let me buy this from you. How can I help you in this situation? How would a foreclosure negatively impact your credit? Is that something you really want? The ideal deal. What would the ideal situation look like for you? If I can get you out of this situation today, right now, with the magic wand, what would that situation look like for you?"
Sheba, you
And then
playing. You
just
should have
wait.
had 10 deals by now. You already got the game and gone. Why are you playing? Why are you playing over the holidays? But hey, that's it. And the only thing I would say to change, just a little tweak in the beginning of that, make sure we got the person that's the owner of the property. So if we're looking for Jim Smith, hey Jim, yeah, I'm Jim. Who are you? Yeah, I'm Sheba. I'm just trying to see, go to what you just said. That's all I would do. Make sure we got the person that we're looking for. Because a lot of times, just to tell you from experience, I've knocked on the door. I've gotten a spouse to come. Like, I rung the doorbell at this one property that was not too far from here in Florissant. And they were talking to me through the Ring doorbell, and I was looking for a dude named Christopher. How you let it? So I'm like, yeah, it's Chris here. She's like, oh, he ain't here. Who is it? Talking to me through the doorbell. I'm like, what the heck? And the van pulls up. I look back. That's Big Chris. He rolls up, jumps out the van. And I talked to him and say, yeah, you know anything about the auction? And his wife never knew that their house was going to auction. She didn't know that the house was behind. And that's happened to me a couple times before. So that's why I always try to make sure I'm talking to the actual person that's on there versus, because we can assume that the wife or husband or whoever knows. I've even had people that live in the house that didn't even know they were going to auction. As a matter of fact, the property we're closing here in Florissant this week as a wholesale deal, that guy only did a deal supposedly with me because I'm the one who told him it was going to auction. He didn't even know the house was going to auction because he did a probate and it was just sitting. And I called him on Thanksgiving night and we did all this stuff. And so we're supposed to close that house this week. So all type of stuff. So I just really like to make sure I got the right person, open up with a good question, and allow them to tell us what's going on. But other than that, I think you're good there, Sheba.
Thank you.
Slam bam. What's going on, Karen? What you think about all that?
Lovely. I love your approach, Sheba. And so, hey, I invited a couple of people from work that's going to show up here.
Oh,
Very excited.
they
I
don't
don't know
want
if
to get
they're
out their
already.
job. They want to stay at work. Don't be trying to get people off work, Karen. What's wrong with you?
I told everybody, come on, join us on Sunday night. You got questions, we're able to answer them. And I think one is here now.
There you go. Cool.
And yeah, if you're looking to get into real estate, it's your first up to. We'll show you different exit strategies. Just come on in. So,
You working
and
on
I
any
got good news.
right now, Karen? Any leads in the pipeline?
What's
I
the
have
good
8
news,
leads.
girl?
I have 8 leads I'm working on right now. Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, I've been busy over here. Right now I am looking also to go days on my job.
There we
So this
go.
is to be no more nights. You won't see this background no more. And so anyway, that frees up my time a little bit more. Basically now I'm just working on the people right now that are motivated sellers who want to sell their house. They're not foreclosures, so they're just motivated either because they're moving. Her husband is moving out of town and they need to sell ASAP. Only thing I want to say is that sometimes I have a problem with, and we can be honest on this channel, is doing my numbers as far as my ARV. And what I like about this channel, you can present that and figure it out. So I did go to ChatGPT too and figured it out, but I also like to, back them up too because everything they have out there ain't right. So
Yeah. Did you check on my favorite website, Karen?
Which one? Foreclosure.com?
No, I'm talking about for ARV or for to figure out what the value of that property is.
No, sir. What is that favorite website?
I don't know. Art, what's your favorite site? If you was to go to somewhere for free just to kind of get an idea what the value of a property is.
Favorite? I don't know what my favorite would be. I do definitely want to try to at least use 2 or 3 though.
Is it Zillow?
Yes.
Zillow.
Not Zillow. Zillow?
Well,
I know Zillow, we should be half a cut with them. If they say it's 50K, then it's 25K.
Well, what I like really more so is Redfin, because you can go on there. I don't know if you saw the other week when I showed you, you can go on there, put the address in, scroll down about halfway to the page, and it'll show you some previous recently sold properties in that particular area. Did you see that, Karen?
Yeah, I love Redfin. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Redfin.
So what is it that we're trying to determine? An offer for them, or are you trying to determine an ARV truly?
A true ARV.
What is
Hold
it?
on a second.
Oh, okay. I was going to put Karen in a hot seat. She ran away. No.
No.
She pulled a Sheba on. No.
I'm not supposed to be on the phone, so I gotta go to another area.
Play it off. Act like you working. She working all right on some real estate. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate, then wait.
All right, we are.
And so, So I'm trying to figure out. You say you just trying to figure out ARV, or are you trying to figure out what your offer is? Where are we at with that? Just so I can streamline and don't have you running a bunch of extra miles unnecessarily.
Just figuring out the ARV. So, like I said, Redfin is a good source, and I have some software. I'm just making, and I use ChatGPT too. So
let me speed you up, Miss Karen. Let me help you out. What are you offering?
Yes,
what are you offering them?
Well, $10,000.
And how'd you come up with that number?
Well, because of location. That's why I came up with that number. And all the repairs.
What zip code is this in?
It is 6. What is the zip code?
Or general area?
It's somewhat deep. It's country Missouri.
Who?
So it's like 631. It's somewhere like near not Warren, Missouri.
It's out in the sticks. Let's put it that way.
It's in the sticks.
Because Karen loved the sticks.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I think you like them houses out in the sticks. Every time I talk to you, Karen, like, we got a house in Timbuktu. It's on top of the mountain, on the bottom of the hill. We about to go ahead and pay a bill.
Oh Lord! But anyway, well, I got it. He's ready to sell.
So why is it 10K and why not lower? I'm just curious, just being curious. Why not lower than 10K?
I didn't want to go too. I think 10K is a good price because it was a 30K. He wants 35,000 for it. Zillow has it for 30. He wants 35. I said, listen, tell you what, it's gonna be lower, sir. If you got a problem with it being lower, and this is why it's gonna be lower. And he just said before I can finish my sentence, I don't have a problem with it being lower. Why he say that? Because he's so motivated.
Would you consider 7,000 for the property? Would you consider 7,000 for the property? Let him answer.
That's magic words right there, sir.
We're overthinking. We ask a question and stop. We gotta ask and stop. Don't think.
Okay.
Because we're just running up ARV and all that stuff is cool, especially when you're talking about these cheap properties in the sticks. It's gonna be hard to move already. I can tell you that, because it's out in the middle of nowhere. You might can only sell it for 10K.
Yep, because of the location.
We get it for 10K. We need it lower, single digits. What you think about that, Art? You know, you got any experience dealing with properties out in the sticks?
I don't deal with too many in the sticks, to be honest. Not too many.
I've done a few, but I'm gonna go low. There's no such thing as too low, especially when it's gonna be hard to sell it. Who's gonna buy that property, Karen?
Who's gonna buy it? Hold on.
Unless you're trying to buy it and have a extra house or something, maybe I'm not asking the right questions. Do y'all understand what I be doing? I'm just asking the right questions. That's it. I'm not trying to overthink it. not trying to over process it, not trying to let me go see what the numbers say, especially out there. Who's going to buy that? I mean, not to say it can't be a deal, but I need it real low to make sure it's a deal. I got to be able to get rid of this thing because I ain't buying it. I don't even know where that's at. Sound far away.
Right.
Back.
Who's going to buy that property?
Who's going to buy it?
Well, somebody's looking for a 4-bedroom, 2 baths. Roof is definitely, it needs roof and windows, and that's it.
And that's expensive. That could be
Roof could be
right there.
Yeah.
Depending on how many windows they got. Windows like what? $300 a pop? That stuff ain't cheap.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you still got to consider I know they're going to do updates.
Now that you're telling me that, would you consider $6,000 for the property? Question for him, not for you, for him, the seller, not for you. I don't want you overthinking it. Ask him that question and let him answer.
Yeah.
Let him tell you no. Don't even just have him tell you no. Make him tell you no. You got to tell me no before I go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that making sense?
That's making great sense.
So don't overthink this. Like, I got to go double, triple check the ARV. Just ask him if we take this low number. Just ask him. All he can do is say no. It's not going to hurt you. It won't be the first time you hear no, and it definitely won't be the last.
Nashiba, you have my number?
Yes, ma'am.
Call me, girl. Call me later.
All right, girl.
Cool beans.
She got roofers. Come on now. And they had that storm. Exactly. I got what I get? 6? I got 7 new roofs because of that storm. What you talking about? All insurance claims. Let's go.
Yes. I mean, as an insurance adjuster, that's literally the hack. Like, filing a claim is literally the hack for sure. Especially if they don't have like State Farm. State Farm's going to give you a hard time. Allstate is like, 50-50. But if they have a good insurance company like Assurant or USAA, file that claim, man. They're going to pay.
Or a commercial policy like what we have. They didn't even ask any questions. They sent the adjuster out. He got up on the roof, did his little thing, told her what it was. The next day, they sent back a report and said, hey, we're willing to pay up to this much. And I'm like, wow, I can get the roof done for this much, and you're going to pay this much? So I get to keep this much extra money over the top? Thanks. Please and thank you. And it happens. Only one of them was over, or the roof cost more than what they were going to pay off. All the others were paying me more than what they were going to do. And what we did to make that claim is we claimed the roof, the gutters, and downspouts. The roof, the gutters, and downspouts, the soft metals. And so from hail damage, storm damage, wind damage, whatever, they come out and check it. And before you know it, you got a check coming in the mail.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to lie. It's good to know that Teresa has roofers, because one of the houses in Granite City I'm currently looking at to acquire for my business. So that was the thing. Like, I just been, focused on ministry. So I'm like, if I could talk to people about Jesus, I could talk to people about real estate. It's the same thing. It's one and the same. But anyway, I'm really glad to know that Teresa got roofers. I'm definitely going to hit you up, Teresa, because that hailstorm did come through the Granite City area too, and that would give me a roof. And that would definitely increase this property so I can house. Because I got Illinois Department of Corrections. They're waiting to fill me up. I met with the mayor's office, and they're fully supporting my mission. So now it's like it's go time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because there's a report that they go get off the internet to show whenever there was excessive wind and rain damage per date. You can look back on the calendar and it'll show. And if it was on that date, or you claim on that date you got damage, they're gonna approve it. It's like, wow, y'all should have never told me this stuff. You want to keep me dumb. Don't tell me all these hacks.
Oh yeah, and if you need more hacks, always call me or text me and let me know, because I've been an insurance adjuster for 5 years. So
okay, the hail trace, that's what that's called. A hail trace. Oh, I don't know what it was called.
That's the website. The website, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I looked it up and I said, wow, that's how they know what date it is. And that works for your vehicles as well, like your automobiles. If you get like hail damage or something to your car, you just say it happened on this date. And it's the date that wind, rain, and storm is coming through, May 14, 2025, baby. We know the date. So get that money.
Chris, when you having a meetup for the calls and all the people that follows you on YouTube, when are you having another meetup in St. Louis? What's up?
Should be coming up soon. We'll be releasing a date here shortly.
Yay.
I want to tell you no bad information, so I'll let you know as soon as I know. As soon as I know, you'll be the second to know because I won't know until you won't know till I know. I guess I don't know.
Happy birthday, Shay. We love you, girl.
Yep, her birthday is Tuesday, and she got baptized today. Can you believe that?
Oh, happy birthday, Taraya. If you see
Oh,
this, happy birthday. We love you,
Shay.
girl.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Shay. I'm definitely going. That's beautiful.
Yes, God bless.
Yep.
Now I got to invite you guys to my church.
Now another saved soul out here.
Come on now.
Amen.
Amen.
Saving souls and stopping pre-foreclosures or stopping foreclosures. No.
Okay.
You save your house and save your soul. No.
At the same time, you heard me.
That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
Also, I wind up going to the nursing home still and minister to them by myself. But I'll definitely let y'all know for this year. Like, if I feel like if I plan more effectively ahead of time, then we could get more engagement on that. So yeah, we're gonna stop these pre-foreclosures. We're gonna be knocking on their door like Jehovah's Witness, but it's the body house, baby. What's up?
All right, don't be using that bar tomorrow. We're gonna save your soul and save your house.
I love it.
We're gonna save your soul before you foreclose.
We can't hear you.
With the bars. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Cool beans.
That sounds like a t-shirt. No.
Hey, if they buying it, I'm printing it.
We know how he closing them deals. He be hitting them with that dimple. Like he hit them with that charm, hit them with the smile. They like, they buying.
Yeah.
But what's up with that wholesale deal? You said you already got it closed. What's up with that, Chris?
That's supposed to close this week. Actually, I think they said, was it the 16th? What's this? What's today? The 16th is Friday. So yeah, they're supposed to close the 16th or sooner for that particular wholesale deal. But the house I'm buying, I'm supposed to be closing on is this house here. I went to see it Friday. It don't look like this because she took all the furniture out, but that's the little house there. Little cute little.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I go to the floor.
Hardwood floors throughout. That's
party.
Yep. It's a two-car attached garage. It's the kitchen, double sink. I think that's granite countertops. I do have
to cabinet.
I do have to replace this handle on the microwave, but you know that's not. I might not even do that. I'm putting it out as a lease option, so if somebody drops some non-refundable money, they'll be buying it like it ain't funny. So we got that property there. The fireplace is working. It's the living room, dining room. So she already took all this stuff out, so it's just an empty house right now. I do like that it has those French doors, double doors in the front there.
Love that.
That's snazzy, bro. It's
these bedrooms are weird. This is one of the bedrooms. So see how big the window is? They got these big windows, big walk-in closet. So that just shows the layout of the property. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, full basement. Oh yeah, there's the back of the house. Okay, I didn't even know it was a picture.
Nice.
And
it's a 2-car garage.
Yep. There's actually a motorcycle and a 4-wheeler in there. I already told her, I said, yeah, if he don't want to take him, he can just leave the title on the seat. Don't even leave it. Leave the title here. We'll figure it out. Or you don't even really need that. I would prefer to have it, but we don't want no mess later. I just rather want to leave it all right because they moved mostly everything out. She's still getting a few things out of there. So that probably didn't close Friday. She said, yeah, we just need a couple more days. I'm looking like, okay, whatever.
Beautiful.
But I
did. This a wholesale deal?
That's a wholesale?
No, this is not a wholesale deal. This here is a creative subject to deal.
Can you go over the deal? How you went on that?
Well, it ain't really closed yet. I would, but let me see. I can tell you what we're at this point. It ain't closed yet, though. But let me see here.
Boy, got so many deals. You got to pull up the notes just to see where you at.
You don't make me make up no stuff here. You know how that go.
Chris, can you hear Art?
I can hear him.
Okay, because I can't.
Uh-oh.
I hear Art.
Karen, can you hear him?
I hear Art.
How you doing, Karen?
Okay, so it sounds like everybody except for me can hear him.
Long time no hear, sir.
Oh yeah,
you still working.
So
I know.
How much would you be willing to pay out of pocket to buy this house, Art?
It depends on the equity, but as close to zero as possible.
What's the most you would pay though? Like if you was like, well, and I'll just make up a number. Let's say you can cash flow $400 a month. I'm just gonna make that up.
I would still look at the equity, but I mean, if it was even if it was no equity, if I'm about to cash flow 400 a month,
no equity. Well, it's equity, but it's so small. It's like 15 grand. So small you can't see it.
I still put out 5 or 10 to get in there for it, to be honest, because I know I'm gonna get that back in, a matter of months.
All right, let me see. I'm trying to pull up the settlement statement. Let's see here. So the settlement statement shows. Is that it? Boom. There we go. And you said you would want to be what? How much?
I would, if I'm a cash flow 400 and I know I'm doing a lease option, I would put out 5 or 10 for the.
So that's under 5. I don't know if you can see that. Do I need to zoom in? There we go. Oh, sheesh. Get out of here. There we go. Is that good enough for you? Under $5,000. This is how we buy real estate, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll take a bunch of them right now.
I know. So yeah, we're buying it for the loan balance, which is about $250. ARV is about $270, something like that. So that's why I said there's little to no equity. Let's just say no equity. There's no equity as far as a cash deal, but as far as a move-in ready property, yeah, that's what I got to pay wire over to them to buy this house. Under $5,000.
So, what would your tenant buyer be making a monthly payment of?
I'm sorry, what's the question, Karen?
Your tenant buyer.
I'm not sure. We don't have one yet. I haven't found one yet. I haven't even started marketing it. I put it on the site, but I haven't shown it to anybody. I'm going to do a 1-hour open house this week. I got some people interested, but I haven't been able to show it yet because I just got in there myself for the first time because I was already under contract. We were supposed to close this on the 9th. As you see, it was printed, or she generated this for the 9th, but we're not closing until probably Tuesday.
Well, let me say it another way. What do when you get a tenant buyer? So how much are they retaining, and how much cash flow are you going to flow?
Let's see here. Let me try to look on my site. Don't make me lie. Well, so remember, whenever we're talking about doing these rent to owns, we put out the price, never how much down, never how much a month. The price is what you see on the screen there, $269,900. How do we come up with that number, Karen?
$269,000. That's $2,000. Well, I figured you came up with that number to cover the mortgage and I guess pay insurance, all that stuff, all that other stuff. And
how did I come up with that price?
How'd you come up with that price?
Yeah. How did I come up with that price?
That was the price.
Let me help you out, Karen. I made it up. Real estate in the creative space, we make it up. So remember on the settlement statement, it was only showing $250. So I put $269,900. If somebody dropped me 20 grand, we're even. If they drop less than 20 grand, it just got a little spread on it. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we're finding a great deal, selling somebody else a good deal. That's the easiest way I can summarize it. Find a great deal, sell a good deal, and everybody's happy.
You know what I thought, which was wrong thinking? Can I tell you what it was?
What?
And then it still sort of was right because, again, it is a made-up number. And after you figure out how much you want to cash flow.
Remember, all of this stuff's made up, Karen. All of it.
Yes.
All of it. Price made up. Down payment made up. Monthly payment made up. Length of time made up. We made it all up.
Well, how much is due on the mortgage is not made up. That's something that has to be paid. That's where I'm coming from.
Correct. So, that's why we sell it above and beyond what the mortgage is every time. We don't have to think about that. That's like no brainer. If the mortgage is 100, we sell it for 150. The mortgage is 100, we sell it for 140. Mortgage is 100, sell it for 130, something over the mortgage every time. Without thinking about
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah.
creative of you. That's right, Teresa. You got to be creative and innovative. So yeah, so we put the deal out, marketing it. I'll be showing it to some people this week, probably after I close it, because that's when I'll be getting possession of it, either Tuesday of this week or whenever day we close it. And yeah, they'll be happy. And so the payment on this property it's kind of high in my opinion. I think it's like 1,800, something like that. But I think somebody will be able to pay about 2,500 or more because it's a 4-bedroom and it's a full big old basement. The basement is huge. Big as the upstairs is, it's a big open basement and it already has a rough end for the bathroom to be added to the lower level. So this house is actually pretty big. It's not a walkout basement, but it is a huge basement. Huge. That's the only thing that would make this house better if it was a walkout or if it had a big egress window to put bedrooms downstairs. But people gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. They want some kids say you stay in the basement. They let them stay in the basement, but it's 4 bedrooms upstairs. So it's a lot of room. This house is too big for me, or I would move in it and put my house back out.
You should move in it with your 7 kids.
Come on.
You and Shay gonna have
7 kids. That's a lot of
Why
babies.
not? 7 is a good number.
7 means completion.
Yes, it does, and it makes your quiver full. I love it.
I knew that, did you, Sheba?
I love that, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Y'all be in church. Y'all be in the church house. I ain't
Look at the glory of God glowing all over him. Look at it. I love it.
So that's what we got for that. Any questions about that particular subject to deal? This house is a sub 2. I'm buying it for our loan balance, taking over the payments, and moving on down the street. Any questions?
I got a question.
Sure.
How does it feel closing on such a spectacular deal?
That's actually, this house I live in is like that house. And I've had probably 5 houses like that since I've been doing real estate. 5 or 6, maybe. I don't know. The other one I got in Spanish Lake is a 4-3. It's a big old house like that. That house is huge with a big old detached 2-car garage. The garage big as some houses. I was like, man, that's a big house. Big rooms, big house, everything big. It feels great though. I like to buy these houses subject to the existing financing, meaning I'm going to buy the house, put the deed in our name, and transfer and leave the loan in the seller's name. Transfer the deed to us, which is ownership, leave the loan in place, and just continue making that monthly payment each and every month. And my favorite exit strategy by far is the lease option or the lease purchase or the rent to own, all the same. And when you talk about rent to own, lease option, or lease purchase, there is no cookie cutter way for that. That's a program that you develop within your company. It's there's some basic frameworks that I like to have in place for those types of deals, but it's always I need to get something down. They got to put some money down. I'm never putting somebody in the house for no money. I might get it for little to no money, but they got to put some skin in the game because we don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know if they're gonna go in there and trash it, tear it up, or go in there and stop paying. We've dealt with people that don't pay, or pay late. It's part of the game. You cannot think that everybody's going to do right. You're dealing with people. Remember, real estate is easy, but the people, that's what's complex. But yeah, I think it's a good feeling, Art. What would you do with a house like this?
I would enjoy it the same way that you're going to enjoy it. Put a tenant buyer up in there who's going to move in and raise their little kids and, treat the property very well. And then they're going to be happy to pay me and I'm going to be happy to accept their payment.
Every month.
I love it.
So if I got 10% down, that'd be like $26,000 and that'd be great. I'm going to aim for that, but I don't know if I'll get that. Somebody bring a good 20-piece nugget, they can have that bad boy. Because remember, I was only in it for 5. So if somebody give me 20, I made 15. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm always talking about, not just buying real estate. I'm talking about being paid to take the house. So when the smoke clears, I put up the 5. Somebody comes give me 20. Let's just say they gave me 15. Let's be conservative. I find somebody that gives me $15,000 to get the keys to that house. That means I made $10,000. I got paid $10K to make them stay. How would that make you feel, Art? Would that make you feel good?
It would.
Why
It
we
would.
buy houses when we can be paid to take them?
Yes.
Lack of knowledge would be the reason our people perish.
Not to mention, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, I never qualified for a loan. I didn't pull tax returns, bank statements, W-2s. I didn't apply any applications, none of this stuff that they tell you that you need to do to buy real estate. I didn't do any of that. I did this, work the brain, paperwork. The paperwork makes the paperwork. We put them under contract. She got her and her husband on board. That's what I was like, man, I was thinking the husband was going to mess it up. But I guess she wears the big draws in that family, and so we're going to make it happen. So
Would you say it's hard to learn creative finance for someone who's on the outside looking in?
Only if you make it hard. And when I say make it hard, meaning overthinking for people, never think for sellers. Never say, I wouldn't do that. Just like this house, this beautiful house, you're finna let walk out of the house because I'm giving her what, $3,500, and I'm paying the closing costs. That's how I got to that $4,900 or whatever that was on there. So $5,000 out of pocket to take a beautiful house like that. This is crazy work. And some people just don't believe that you can do that. If you take the time, have the conversations, take the time, generate the leads, take the time and solve problems for people. They don't want to be there anymore. So I said, I'll take it. And they're glad to let me have it. And it happens more often than not. May not work for everybody, but all you need is a few people to tell you yes. And then if you start talking about cash flow, like I say, the payment on the house, I think like $1,800. If somebody give me, say, I don't know, $2,500, just made that number up. That's $700 a month. Passive cash flow on a house I got no money in. No money. That's in a perfect scenario, maybe more. Because remember, like I said earlier, I never say how much you got to put down. I never say how much you got to pay a month. They might tell me I could pay $3,000 a month. And I'm looking like, where you want to sign it? Then you making, if somebody paid $3,000 a month, because it's possible with that big house. If somebody paid $3,000 a month, that means cash flowing $1,200. How many of them will you need before you're out of a job?
Honestly, just that one, heck, I could make $1,200 a month work. What's up?
Come on, Sheba. This is what I've been trying to tell you. That's why I say, why we waiting? What we playing for? Get these sellers on the hook. Don't delay. Go get the pay.
Honestly, okay. So here's my question. I have a question.
Come
I
on.
think Art's question was for me, and it gave me a little bit of courage too. All right. So peep game, right? I like how you played that. That was real smooth. So how much were they behind on their mortgage? And if so, how much?
No, they're current.
What?
Well, she was current last month. I don't know what she is this month. She might have didn't pay this month. It wouldn't surprise me if I look on there and be like, hey, what's this extra payment that's missed?
Wow. So they were current. They just wanted to get out.
They just want to get out. Yeah.
Wow.
She might have didn't pay this month thinking, oh, I'm selling it, so I'm going to let them figure that out.
So how did you find the house? Like, was it listed? Like, because I think that, okay, so let's backtrack, right? I just started at the event where we all met. That was my very first call I made in the room, literally. Like, I found Pace that week. I jumped on the event. So I'm still very new, right? I know I'm asking. That's why I'm joining your program on,
Yeah.
on your website. But so how would I locate a property like that? Because I was thinking more so like pre-foreclosure, foreclosure type of properties, but this person wasn't behind. So how do you find a deal like that where the person's not behind?
Yeah, so it's something called expired listings, meaning they went on the MLS or the multiple listing service, tried to sell the house, but did not sell for some reason, meaning they raised their hand, hired a realtor, and tried to sell it. And for some reason, it didn't sell. You know, there's only two reasons the property won't sell. Maybe the price was too high. Maybe the marketing sucks. Who knows? Looked like it was great marketing. So maybe the price was too high at that time. Who knows? I reached out to them and they were willing to sell me the property creatively. So this is how I found them. Expired listing.
Okay, nice. So if someone like me, a bird dog or a wholesaler, we qualified the lead and then appointment set for you, that's a deal that you or somebody with your level of experience could close. I mean,
100%.
ideally, you're going to
All
train
day.
me. You're
All
going to
day.
train me into where I could close them, but
All day.
acknowledge. Okay, cool.
But this came back to what we was just talking about a little bit earlier with Karen. Remember, we talking about a house. Oh, we're gonna offer them 10,000. Oh, I'm telling her offer them 7,000 and 6,000. Remember? Why would I be wasting my 6,000 on a raggedy house in the middle of nowhere when I can go get a beautiful house like this for 5,000? Does it make sense now?
Right, because for me, even with my job right now, I could 3,500. That's a lot easier. 5,000 is a lot easier to come up with to get a house like that.
You think?
You
I
know,
mean, how many houses could you buy that look like that for 5,000?
not many.
No, as many as you can find.
Oh, okay then.
The
Sir.
correct answer is as many as you can find. Because you got to remember, for opportunities like this, there's always money. So we have to shift our mindset when it comes to real estate. There's plenty of money. That's the first thing we got to understand. No shortage on money. They print money faster than we can make it. So that's one thing we got to understand about the game. There's no shortage of money. However, there are shortage of opportunities. These opportunities don't come up every day, but they do come up. All you got to do is be the one to catch it when they come up.
Okay, cool. So I have an agent who is a friend of mine. So I could potentially source expired listings through that because I don't have access to the MLS, but I have someone who does. So I could potentially source expired listings that way, correct?
You could, but what's wrong with the pre-foreclosures? I'm just asking.
No. I was just wondering. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around. Yeah, I closed my camera. I'm over here with this lidocaine patch. I'm chilling, but I had to charge my phone. But yeah, okay. No, the pre-foreclosures are great, to be completely honest. I like those because they seem like they're a little bit more motivated. And that extra motivation is the push I need to give me that confidence anyway. So I like the pre-foreclosures, but it just blew my mind that you were able to do that with somebody that wasn't behind. So that's cool too.
The house I live in, this guy was not behind. He was renting this property for $1,200 a month. The payment on the property was $1,100 a month. He making supposedly $100 a month cash flow. That's no cash flow. One thing broke. He's out for 3 years. He's out of money for 3 years. Of say one thing break on this house, right? And so he was scared. He was like, "Oh no, I just want to get from under it." The tenants that were living here found out he was selling, and they moved out that weekend. I came and saw this house on a Friday. This house I'm in right now, I'm talking about. I came and saw this house on a Friday, walked it with the sellers. The tenants was not here. House full of furniture, stuff everywhere, right? By Monday, them tenants was out. They had already moved out. I'm like, wow, I got access to the property. I already got it under contract to buy for what he owes. The property is current, no back payments, no none of that. I bought this house I live in for $1,239 out of pocket. Then I installed a tenant buyer into this property who gave me $8,000 down back at that time in 2019. He stayed there for about 2 years and he stopped being able to pay. He moved out and then I ended up fixing it up and moving into it. So that's the beauty of real estate. As long as somebody lives in it, we're building cash flow. We're building equity. We're building wealth. And I don't have any loans in my name, by the way. I got a bunch of real estate and I've never qualified for a loan, never went through that process they told you got to go to. And that's why I say it is important. I don't even want to tell you how important it is. It's so important. I say drop out of college and go learn real estate. That's how important this is. Because once you learn this skill set, you never have to beg for any opportunities from anybody else ever again. Because you can eat for yourself or for others. You can feed others because you have a skill. One skill, learn how to generate leads, whether that's pre-foreclosures, whether that's disgruntled landlords, whether that's expired listings, whether that's whatever it is. We don't really care. I don't care, to be honest. It's a vacant property. I don't care. I prefer to be vacant because I can start marketing it immediately. But whatever the situation is, we have solutions. Whether it's a probate, somebody died in the family and they died with the property in their name. Happens all the time, especially when you're looking for these pre-foreclosures. You're going to find plenty of those where somebody's dead on the deed, dead man on the deed. And what we can do with those is buy the house, cash. We can even buy those houses subject to. We call that a death to. I had a house with a dead man on the loan.
Okay, explain that to me because I found one. Like I told you, it's due to go to auction in like 6 days at this point, so maybe too late. But either
It's
way,
never too late.
if I find something like that, work through that scenario. Um, like I found John Doe. John Doe died in the house. When I Googled him and I was trying to trace him, I found out he died in the house, and it's been like a year and a half or so, whatever.
Great.
So
So I would
how
look
would you
up,
handle that?
I would Google his name for an obituary. So say we're in Granite City, the place you love. We'd put in John Doe, Granite City obituary. John Doe comes up. He say, oh, he lived over here and this and that and went to this church. And like, oh, that's him. And then you see on the obituary his family members. He was left to his son or left to his wife or left to his whoever. His heirs are literally listed on the obituary. You skip trace them. You reach out to them. You find one of those family members who are representing the family, and you work with them to open a probate if they haven't. Now, over here in Missouri, I look on Missouri CaseNet. I'll go look and see if they opened a probate already. You'll see they already in the middle of a probate process. And then we go work it from there. So I've done those deals as well. Or if they didn't do a probate and they died over a year ago, they can do what's called the affidavit of heirship, where we don't have to go through probate if the estate is small, a small estate, meaning they have less than $40,000 in equity and they are died over a year ago. But these are just the little things we got to go through. But step one, we need we need a person. That's why I say real estate is easy and the people is difficult, because we need to first find the person. 2, we need to communicate and make a deal with the person. 3, we got to get them under contract with the person. Then we go do our magic juju, stop auctions, all this other stuff. But we got to get a person. Real estate only moves through people, no matter how, if they dead or alive. Somebody got to sign some paperwork. Is that making sense?
Yep. And when I saw the auction starting at $100, I was like, and I looked it up. He only I guess they defaulted at like 50,000. It's in Granite City, by the way. And I found his obituary, so that was cool. I just didn't know what to do next, so I got stuck.
Yeah, look on there, find the family members, look them up on social media, Facebook, or wherever you can find them, and try to reach out to them. Say, hey, were y'all doing anything about the house? We're trying to, put some money in your pocket, help pay for the expenses, whatever story they got to do. Anything you would do different with that art? Or you're muted. Oh, no. Did you say no?
You're actually muted this time. See, it wasn't me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said no. I wouldn't do nothing different. I would just follow those steps.
Just reach out to the people. That's it. If it's even worth it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's kind of like one of them things. But this is why I came back to what I said earlier again. Remember when I said go and knock on the door? You might find out his son living in the house. His wife could be still living there. Whoever could be living there. Somebody knows something. We need a person. Who is our person? Who is our point of contact? We need a human to connect us to some other humans to get the deal done. Ooh. Get human with it. So reach out to them. Don't delay. Don't overthink it like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work in 6 days. I don't know. It's a lot I don't know. I know nothing, remember? All I know is to ask questions. Hey, what are you guys doing about the house? It's an auction coming up. Oh, we were just going to let it go. What if there was a way we could put a little bit of money in your pocket and prevent the auction? Would that help you guys out at all? Some money? What you mean we're going to get some money? I don't think we can get no money off that. But if there was a way we can get something in your pocket, would you be willing to work with me? And let them tell you no. If they say yes, let's go. If not, oh no, I ain't worried about it. Move on. Work with the ones who want to work with you. What they say, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know. Come on. And I know I don't know nothing. I just ask questions every time.
For some reason, I just feel this is a good time for me to bring up Sheba. I'm talking directly to you or anyone else. One thing that's for sure going to help you level up quickly is if you start studying closing calls. That is very, very important. You should definitely make that part of your daily routine. Chris has plenty of them. There are so many you can find on YouTube and all over the internet of people closing these exact type of deals. And that's very important because you you're going to be going through, listening to the lingo, how they're talking to people, when they're saying certain things. And then after you go through that, so many iterations of that, then it's just going to click. And then you're going to be in a situation talking to these people, and then the words are just going to come to you, and you're not going to even know how you know it. It's very important.
Yes, I will definitely be going to futurecashflow.com to access that information, because Chris is a beast, and I can only imagine how those closing calls. But that was a major key. Thank you so much, because I know, I promise one day I'm going to stop texting you. One day I'm going to get the courage. I promise.
But here's what I would do in your case, Eva, or anybody that feel like they're newer. Don't even worry about closing right now. I would say go in and get the 4 pillars.
Right.
And we just want to get somebody on the hook. Say, hey, you're willing to sell it. If we can work something out, you willing to sell the property. Get me on the phone with them from there. Don't even overthink it. Just that simple. Generate the lead. Get the 4 pillars. Hey, I got this dude. I don't know. I mean, it's an auction in 6 days. But I don't know what we can do about it. Oh, let me get that because it's got some feedback. Yeah, so if somebody tell you, hey, I don't know, I reached out to a guy. I mean, it's an auction in 6 days. I don't know if we can do anything with that, but he said he would sell it, and he said they just want to get rid of it, and if they can get $2 or $3 grand in their pocket, they'll be happy. Oh, really? We can work that. We can work that. All the strategies and stuff going to come together. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to learn all of those strategies. They'll come in time. Because like people were telling me that when I started wholesaling, they was like, oh, you can do a sub 2, you can do a sub 2. And I was like, why everybody keep hyping about this sub 2 stuff? I'm just wholesaling. I'm making money. I did 17 deals in my first year. What y'all talking about? I'm making this money, man. But then lo and behold, I closed my first deal in August of 2018. In December of 2018, I came across a lady who was a motivated seller, ready to sell, couldn't wait to get from under that house, but I couldn't give her that cash number that she needs, or the cash number was below what her loan value was. Her loan was like 100,000, I think 115,000 or something like that at that time. And I think my cash offer was like 80 or 90. And she ain't had no money and she didn't want to deal with it. And the house was vacant, nothing wrong with it, move in ready pretty much, 4-bedroom in South County in Afton, still own that house today. Why would I be talking about wholesaling that for cash when they're going to give me the house? I bought that house for $3,500 out of pocket. I lied. I bought that house for $1,000 out of pocket, and I paid the other $2,400 or so to catch up her arrears. So really, it wasn't even out of pocket to buy it. To buy it was $1,000. And then about a week later, somebody came along and gave me $21,000 to move into that house, and he still lives there today. So this is what I'll be talking about when I'm saying the real estate game is open for those who see it. But don't try to overpressure yourself. Start with understanding how to, 1, find leads or deals, opportunities. 2, track down the seller, find them, be really good at finding people. And then 3, doing the 4 pillars, qualifying them. If you just master those 3 things right there and get really good at that, you'll eat forever. Because the closing call, you just call me and I'll close it. And we'll split the money up, whatever you got to do with it. It's not a problem with that point. Because there's all kind of strategies. Don't worry about all the strategies right now. You can't know them all right now. You'll overwhelm yourself. You can, but why? When I can just start generating leads and start talking to people. The thing that you like to do already. If you already like talking to people, start talking to people, right? Motivation, condition, timeline, and price. The 4 pillars. That's what we're trying to figure out. Why are we talking about the motivation? Because that's telling us why they're doing what they're doing. Why are they selling? What happens if they don't sell? What's the challenge that's preventing them from selling? How long have you been trying to sell? I mean, in a perfect scenario, how would this work for you? Motivation. We want to know about that. Condition, general condition. I'm not asking a whole bunch of specific stuff on condition. You can if it's a junker house, but I'm usually not dealing in junker houses. I'm usually trying to get a beautiful house that we can deal with, like I just showed you a few minutes ago. Condition. Does this house have, is it move-in ready? Does it need a little bit of handyman fixes? Is it a junker? It could be a junker. That don't mean we can't make money with it, but we just need to understand generally the condition. Timeline. How soon would you like to close so we can work everything out? Mr. Seller, in the event we can make this a perfect scenario for you, how soon would you like to close? And that kind of ties back into the motivation because they say, man, I need to get out of here next week. Or we know there's an auction next week. We know we got to move quick. We ain't got no time to play. Timeline. That's going to help motivation move up quick. Sense of urgency. And last but not least, the price. What are they looking to sell it for? What's the price? What's the price? Or if we're talking creative, how much you need in your pocket to walk away from this deal? It may not be price. Would you sell it for what you owe on it? Yeah, I would if I can get $3,000 in my pocket. Give them $3,000 in their pocket and keep it moving, man. Cha-ching, get that money. That's it. So that's what we got to do. Any questions about any of that? The 4 pillars. What's going on, Miss Sharonda? How are you today?
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Let me hold 100,000.
Look, I'm trying to get that from y'all.
Oh. Have you heard anything interesting today?
Yeah, I mean, all the time. It's good to be on with y'all. I don't know. Am I on here twice or not? It's my first time on here.
First time.
Well, on the stage, I have been in the chat last year, Miss Mo Energy DET.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Am I on here twice?
Once.
Okay. It just is showing up twice. So yeah.
Oh, on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just a little. You can take that off if you want to. There's a little. Is it still up there on 2 times or just one?
Yeah, it is.
So on the left side, there's a little button. Let me see. What does that button say? It says hide the preview or something like that. It's like a little phone with a slash through it. If you click that, it'll take that away. But other than that, yeah. What are you doing in real estate? You trying to wholesale? You trying to buy houses creatively? What are you looking to do? What would you like to do in 2026?
I'm trying to do all of it, but I know I have to start somewhere. So I'm trying to wholesale. But also they have a RFP. I don't know if y'all know what that is, request for proposal that just came out. It's a webinar next week. Y'all know I'm from Detroit. For about the homeless people. What up though? I'm working on wholesaling. I'm working on trying to get my buyers list together. Because I've been on with some other real estate girls from up here. They have Market Mondays. It's, free for anybody to come. But to me, it sounds like these girls been struggling and they really need our help, the investors.
Now you said a RFP, request for proposal.
Yeah,
who are we proposing?
Like that mean, and then they have the NOFA as a notice of funds available. So that's on the government side.
So we're buying a property from the government. Is that what I'm getting here?
Well, when they say NOFA and all that stuff, like the government, the city of Detroit has funds available, like to try to get these homeless people housed. So that just came across my desk, within the last few days. So I really want to take advantage of that because I am passionate about trying to help the homeless people as well. However, I know I'm trying to also start with the wholesaling, and I need to get my contracts and stuff together because that's kind of been a hindrance. I'm like, well, I know these contracts have to be together because I know people can be putting some funny little stuff in those contracts, and I'm like, I'm not here to play no games. I'm serious. I'm trying to do good business and be successful at it.
I know that's right. And so I just want to be clear. We're talking about purchasing a property from a government entity, or we're buying it on the market. How are we buying these properties?
However you want to get it. It doesn't matter. I mean, those funds that are available, that's just some money that the government has, the city of Detroit has to help get these homeless people housed. So, they have like an informational about it. I'm just putting this out here. I know y'all are in St. Louis, but that's just some things that say what now?
We're not all in St. Louis. Art up there in Gary, Indiana.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought most of the people
out here. Come on now, Sharonda.
I thought anybody should know that. I should know that, right?
Midwest. Don't nobody come up with nothing.
Right. But I mean, if people got funds available, it's just different programs that's out here, for different streams of income in the real estate area.
Well, remember, Sharonda, I don't know if you were on about 10 minutes ago. I was saying there's no shortage of funds. There's plenty of money, but there's shortage of opportunities. Our job is to make sure we find the opportunities and bring them to the marketplace. Does that make sense?
Okay.
There ain't no
Okay.
shortage of money.
So you got some money for me? Why you trying to ask me for $100,000? So I'm working on some other projects, and they're like, "What's your ask? You trying to ask me for $100,000? Okay, I need $250,000. How about that?"
If you got a $3 million property, I got you $250. No problem.
Okay.
That's why I say, see, that's why people, when they buy these cash properties, there's money for these, whether you're using hard money or private money or institutional money, whatever money, there's no shortage of money. It's a shortage of opportunity. That's why I keep trying to make sure we understand that fully. I know our whole lives, we always been figuring, oh, we got to go fight to go get another $5. There is money for opportunities. That's what I'm trying to preach out, to make sure that you're understanding. There is money. But is it a deal? It has to be a deal for the money. They got to match up. If I can get a $500,000 house for $100,000, I got the $100,000. There ain't no. I promise you, I can get the $100,000. But we ain't getting deals like that though. Is that making sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got these land bank houses over here, for like 1,000, but they need a lot of work.
I don't deal in that junk. I don't like junk houses. I mean, they cool.
Okay.
I've done deals like that. But that stuff, you be working so hard to make a little few crumbs. I'm like, man, I could have worked way easier, way less stress to try to make bigger chunks of money without all the drama. Where people are literally begging me to buy my house. See, I want to flip the script. I don't want to have to sell it. I want people knocking my door down. Man, let me buy, bidding it up. That's happened to me multiple times in this business. I had a wholesale deal over here in Spanish Lake under contract for $30,000. I put it out for $60,000. I ended up selling for $69,000. Made a $39,000 deal on that property, and I ain't do nothing but put it out and let them bid it up. I didn't do it. The marketplace bid it up. That wasn't me. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know they wanted it that bad. But I could tell when I sent it out, and I was getting so many calls. I'm like, oh no, we got to go do an open house for this to make them fight over it, and they bid it up. But that's because you had something valuable. They have money. That's why I want to keep making sure y'all understand it.
Congratulations
on
that sale you was just talking about.
Oh well, thank you.
How long ago was that?
Last year.
Last year, okay.
I think it was July, something like that.
So, okay, so are you or anybody else in here interested in buying properties in Detroit?
No.
Sure. If you get a deal.
Okay.
A deal is a deal is a deal. And I hope, is Karen still on here? Hope Karen listening. We will do a deal in or around Detroit. Not out in the sticks, Karen. She likes to be 40, 50 miles out. If it's within 20 or less than 30 minutes of a major city, we're looking at it. All across the United States. Don't even matter what city. Because either I know it or I know somebody in that market who can move that deal. So that's
Harbor, Ypsilanti, those is like really good areas right outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Eastern Michigan University, so that's Ypsi, and go blue. That's Ann Arbor, U of M.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If you're doing deals anywhere 30 minutes or less outside of any major city in the United States, we can usually do something with that. But if you start getting out in the sticks and all of that type of stuff, that makes it very hard. Very hard. Not impossible, but just very hard. I don't like to work too hard in any of these businesses. It's just what it is, business. So is that making sense there, Miss Sharonda?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I have a quick question, Mr. Monroe. How do you find sustainable buyers? Like how you said they got into a bidding war over that property. How are you finding sustainable buyers? Or are you putting it like on Zillow, on market, like how are you finding sustainable buyers? Because that's kind of where I ran into some trouble at as well.
Well, there's a couple of ways, and I'm going to let Art answer some of that. Art, how are you finding quality killer buyers that really close in real life, not wholesalers?
Great question. Couple different ways you can find buyers. One way would be you could show up with the deal under contract to your local real estate investor meetups. If you go there, you have cash buyers. Some of the most active people you're going to find are at those meetups for sure. Another way, you got you a good deal, You know it's a good deal. You got all your numbers in place. You post that online. These buyers are going to find you when you have a good deal. I promise you, because even if they don't see it, somebody going to see it and they're going to be like, yo, I know you're looking for something over here around this price. You need to meet up with this person. You're going to start getting messages and calls from people you ain't even know. So those are my favorite ways to find people right there, either having a good deal or taking it to a meetup. And then you can also reach out to other people, other wholesalers. They'll love to do a JV deal with you, and that's a great thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So your network, by the time you got you a deal, you reach out to your people. If it's a good deal, you're going to find the buyers, I promise you. And they're going to want to know who you are, and they're going to want you to reach out to them directly every time you have a deal. They're going to be like, Miss Sheba, please don't. I have a buyer right now. He told me, please, Art, next deals you have, send them to me first. Don't send them to nobody else. I want us to do a deal together. It's going to happen. Promise you.
You see this come back to what I just said a minute ago. Ain't no shortage of money. They looking for deals though. Deals, real deals. Meaning it's worth 100, but I can buy it for 30. You see what I'm saying? The spread got to be there. There got to be some meat on the bone.
They will beg you. They will literally beg you, like, don't show nobody else your deals.
Yeah.
Go buy it.
So another thing to keep in mind with this too, you got to go where the sharks are swimming. We don't want to be in these little towns and stuff out of there. Go where they're eating. They're begging for houses in certain areas. You get into the central corridor of St. Louis over here in that 170 and Olive, 170 and Page, all up in there. Anything up in there, that Overland, that 63114 zip code, that North County on the other side of 270, Florissant, certain areas they're going to fight over the deals. That's why you have to market where they eating at. Don't go where I just like the deal. I like this area. It don't matter what you like. What are the marketplace like? That's another thing to keep in mind. You know, nothing wrong with the area you like, but remember, you want to go where they're fighting over the deals at. We want a deal over there. St. Charles. Get a deal in St. Charles, see how fast it fly off your thing. You'll say, damn, all I did was put it on the contract. They fight me. I sold it to the first person, but I didn't know they was going to pay more. Whoa. I got it. We taking all offers. Offers due by 5 o'clock tomorrow. What them real estate agents be doing, getting the numbers up. There's all little stuff, but the moral of the story is get where the people are actually looking to buy, where they're seriously looking to buy, and get some spread on them. You know, I like to be ARVs of around 200,000. When you start dealing with the cheaper houses, 40 and 50, you can still make money. But how much money can you make on a $20,000 house? $2,000, maybe $3,000. You're not gonna get a $20,000 spread on a $20,000 house. Never, because it ain't no, unless you get it for $1. That's the only way you're gonna get that kind of money. So that's why I say don't be afraid of getting into a little bit bigger ARVs or after repair values. 200 to 300,000 is a sweet spot, because those are the ones you can get those $30,000 assignments and stuff on, or more, depending on what you get it under contract for. Is that making sense? She said, that's my area. Hi, 63114. That's one of the hottest zip codes in St. Louis. Shoot. That little central corridor right there, St. John, Breckenridge, what is that? Overland, all up in there. They love that area. Love it. In the middle of the map. So just
to piggyback on what you were saying, Chris, just throwing it out there for whoever's listening. So like you were saying, like Chris was saying, you want to go where the buyers are already buying, meaning there's already investor activity. The way you know if there's investor activity is when you're looking up comps. If you can't find a comp in the last 3-6 months, even a year within a mile of this property, you in the wrong spot.
Come on.
So now you found a property in where investors are buying. Also, you want to look at the median home value. So for my market, that's around $250,000. So if I know I found a house in one of these particular neighborhoods and I'm 30-40% of the ARV, I'm working with something. Just to keep it simple. You get you something like that, you working with something for sure. Now maybe you still need to be a little bit lower or whatever, but you get
you're in striking distance. You're saying they're in striking distance right there.
Yeah, you get you something like that. You're gonna be right there where you might be able to do something. Then you get you about 5 or 10 of those working at the same time. It's inevitable.
And school districts is everything. If you really want to get to the real bread and butter of real estate, if you can get it where, it's only 5 good school districts in St. Louis. Go where the good school districts at. Lindbergh, what's this other one? Clayton or whatever this is called back here. Pattonville. Go where the school districts at. Where would somebody want to raise a family? Because they who going to buy it. Those people pay cash for properties too. We always thinking about investors. Investors are cheap. I've already told y'all this many times. Selling to investors is cool, but they are cheap. They're not going to pay no money. If you can sell to an end buyer, a family, a person that want to get into this house, big money. You'd be like, damn, they paid cash? Rockwood, come on, Ladue. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. If you get into those good school districts, now you're really cooking. Then you'd be like my girl E. Marie made that $148,000 wholesale deal in her first year. We started at the same time. I said, damn, why can't I get one of them? It happens. It's not impossible. Another guy here in St. Louis did that too. He did it on the south side. Got a $90,000 wholesale deal. They come up, but you got to go where the money's at. Can't be in just because I like the area. That's nice, but I want to go where the people want to pay me some money for finding an opportunity. Spend your energy there. We only got so much time to deal with this stuff. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Chris. When I started out, I thought I was gonna outsmart the game, man. I was like, everybody going over there, doing deals over there. I'm gonna go over here where no one's doing deals, and I'm gonna make a deal. Mm-hmm. And then I learned, like, man, these things will just sit and sit and sit. And then I learned, like, yeah, okay, I get it. People want to go where it's already happening, where the numbers is already good, everything's already moving. I need to get one of those. Very important.
The sharks are swimming. You got to be right there where they at. They looking for something to eat. Not like, oh, I got to sell you the house. I want you trying to beg me to buy my house. You got to flip the script. Very important. Not saying you can't do all the other stuff. I don't want to deter anybody that hear on the replay and nothing like that. You can do anything you want. I'm just telling you how to be successful. You can choose whatever path you like. That's the beauty of real estate and entrepreneurship. But don't say nobody told you. Go where the money at. Don't play around these little raggedy areas. You can do it, but there ain't no money in it in real life. If you really want to make some money, I ain't saying you're going to get rich overnight, but I'm just saying if you want to have a better chance of making some chunks where you can make your yearly income in a month, that's where you got to go, where the money at.
Yep. So don't try to reinvent the game. Just do what's already working for everyone else. And, it takes time to get to these, but once you got one and the numbers work, it's going to sell.
Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Any other thoughts on any of that? Because I got something I want to share with you guys. Let's see. Do you like to share? Let me see. Did I do this right? Let me do this again. Make sure I got this right. Share like you care. All right. Are you ready?
Welcome back to ABC News Live Reports. In our spotlight tonight, President Trump is threatening to ban institutional investors from buying single-family homes. Trump is arguing that corporate real estate ownership is driving up housing prices for Americans. But critics say large investors own just 1% to 3% of single-family homes across the U.S. And others say the government needs to do more to improve affordability for first-time home buyers. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median price of an existing home in the U.S. now tops $400,000 with mortgage rates near 6%. So for more on this, I want to bring in senior economist.
All right. What do you think about that? Trump is proposing to actually, ban institutional buyers, hedge funds, from buying single family homes. Do you think that'll help us out, or will that be an overreach of government?
I think it'll definitely help us out. It's going to line our pockets for sure.
So you think that's something that should be implemented?
Absolutely.
What about the big hedge funds? They just want to buy up houses and run up the prices.
Nah, I'm cool. They need to leave enough. This leaves enough skin in the game for us to make money. When they drive up the pricing, it just makes things impossible sometimes. I mean, yes and no, because they bumping that ARV up. You know what I mean? Which works for us, but at the same time, if it's not feasible, then the average person is not going to be able to compete in the market with them.
So do you think the institutional buyers are the ones making houses unaffordable for families?
I do believe so, especially in certain areas. Like there's this one investment company in Columbus. They drove those prices all the way up, and it's really sad because the median income in Columbus doesn't even meet, the pricing that they forced it up to.
Mm. What do you think, Art? You think the institutional buyer should be banned from being able to buy single family homes?
I would say I don't have a direct comment on if they should or shouldn't. My position is we live in America, and it's been some of the craziest stuff we can ever imagine that has happened to shape this country. And I believe that's going to continue to happen. All we can do as individuals is to see what's going on currently and position ourselves. For example, when coronavirus was going on, I was wholesaling at the time. Obviously, you were as well, Chris. So you already know that the hedge fund buyers were paying a lot more for properties than other buyers. As a wholesaler, that's one of the best things you can ask for. So if you're in a position where you're wholesaling to a hedge fund, that's a beautiful thing. Obviously, on the other side of that same coin is affordability of houses is definitely an issue. 409,000 for the median home price is ridiculous, considering the minimum wage that a lot of people make or just above that. The average American cannot even afford these properties. So something has to be done about that. All I can say is no matter what happens, I'm going to shape my skill set so that me and my family are going to survive through whatever is going on. And that's all I care about. That's all I can do.
So you going full-blown entrepreneur mode. We don't care what the government do. We don't care what they do. We going to figure it out.
I don't believe I have a choice.
Okay.
Because this is going to happen.
Karen and got up off the seat. Now she hot. She said, "No, they didn't. They gonna mess with my money."
I'm really a bit tired of the orange man, our number 47.
Well, wait a minute, Karen. He doing something good, I thought.
He's gonna. I don't want him to do nothing with real estate, really, because now we might get the pro, get ready for the con. So it will be pros and cons to this, but I really agree with what Art was saying, and I think that we should start buying as much asset houses as you possibly can to make sure, that your family is taken care of and you got passive income coming in, you have assets, whether it's stocks or real estate.
Yeah, when I first heard the story about, proposing that, they're going to be banning or trying to ban institutional buyers, I was like, oh, yeah, they should ban them. But when I started thinking about it, I'm like, once you open that door, you kind of, it's kind of the government involving themselves in this type of stuff. What else will they do next?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good on the face of it. Oh, yeah, we can stop these greedy investors and other hedge funds. But I'm like, dang, do you really, really want to open the door and start having them tinkering with real estate? What do you think, Sharonda?
I think that, well, you shared my little comment that I put on the YouTube part of it. I think that from my understanding is that they were saying that they don't want them buying the stuff up in bulk. So here in Detroit, if we're just talking about the land bank, we have a side lot program where the side lots is $100. If people have properties already, neighborhood lots are $250, and those properties have to be on the market for so many days before like people like y'all or anybody can buy them. So I think that if it's been a certain amount of time, do I want them buying up everything? No, I do not. However, we want our neighborhoods revitalized and everything like that. So I think that it should be a cap that, they can only buy so much. Like they can't buy everything, but, if the neighborhood needs help, the neighborhood needs help, but I don't want them buying up everything.
That's another thing. Now that sounds good. And I mean, I would be for that, but how do they determine the cap? Because they have areas here in St. Louis where they say, rental restrictions. Only 30% of a block can be a rental property and all this type of stuff. How are they going to enforce that? Oh, yeah, they got some funky stuff. This is what I said about when you open the door and let the government in. You sure you want them in your business? It sounds good on the face of it, but I'm like, the entrepreneur to me, like, I don't know about letting the government start tinkering with our stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess overall I'm gonna say no. But like you said, we'll have to find out what are the stipulations and what are the requirements and eligibility requirements gonna be for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, these hedge funds. I mean, I've seen stories of where they actually buy up a whole bunch of properties in the area, then they'll overbid like 75,000 over what the asking price, so it'll raise the value of all the other properties they already own, and they keep all the numbers up. So they doing some slick stuff when it comes to moving money, which it's going to happen when you're moving a lot of money around. Who knows what's going to happen? But so you don't think they should have a restriction on hedge funds at all, or should they try to do something?
Yeah, I do think they should have a restriction. But to what you just said, it sounds like they're playing chess, not checkers.
Come on, you know it.
That's it.
Yeah, because I bought a house like that here in Dalewood. Talking about you can't rent a property. And I'm like, you can't rent a property? Who are you to tell somebody they can't rent? They do that in the HOAs and stuff too, right? But that's a whole nother conversation. But this is a regular single family house in a regular residential neighborhood. Talking about no, you can't rent it. We got rental restrictions as of 2021 on an ordinance level. This ain't like some law. This some junk they did at the little municipal level. The municipality put this little restriction up, because I told them to send me a copy of it so I can see what it say, so I can figure out what loophole I'm going to use. So I didn't do a lease option on that property. I ended up basically selling it on a contract for deed, which is a sale or an installment sale versus a rental agreement. So I mean, it's just always a loophole no matter what they do, to be honest. No matter what these people try to do, what law they try to implement, there's a way. I'm going to figure it out if nobody else do. A loophole to the loophole.
I guess the one other thing to consider is just, for, we're in real estate here, but for those who are listening who may be considering trying to get into real estate, you just got to figure out what side of the equation do you want to be on? Because if you're on the side of the equation where ARVs are constantly going up, rent prices are constantly going up, I love that rent prices are going up. That just means that me and my family are gonna get a little bit more cash flow as time go on.
But now, that come back to that thing they do with rent controls, capping rents. Oh, you can't rent for more than this much. What you think about that?
I don't think anything. I'll just play it as it comes. If they're gonna keep on, they're gonna put a cap on it. That's great for the people that's renting. If they don't have a cap on it,
1,500. Art.
What's that?
You can't rent for more than 1,500. It's a 6-bedroom house you got.
I ain't gonna rent it then. I'm gonna do something different. That's
right. But that's crazy that they try to, tell you what you can and cannot do with your real estate. So I don't know. It's just one of them things. I'm skeptical about the government, big brother, stepping in and telling you what you can and cannot do. Just like wholesaling in Illinois. You can only wholesale one deal per 1 12-month period in Illinois, right, Sheba?
Wow.
I did not know that.
No.
Yeah, but how do they keep tracking something like that?
Why do you think I keep telling you to market in Missouri so you can get a deal that can actually be done and multiple times over?
So how do they track something like that? How would they know that I'm wholesaling these deals?
Your government knows everything, okay. Big brother. The governor prior to the one that's there now, the one who signed that in the law.
I have to leave out and come back because I can't even hear you no more. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, this this government intervention sounds good until it messes up your money. I don't know. I just try to be fair as possible without too much overreach, because I understand there is an affordability thing going on, but price is made up. So
for those of us who are going to remain flexible and pivot as necessary, we're going to win. It's always going to be something. Maybe something goes away, but then there's some other opportunity that's presented. Savvy investors, they're going to pivot.
For sure. We're gonna figure it out, no matter what they try to create or do or what. He said they took over already in 09. Yeah, I think in Illinois, I want to say that was 2019. I think 2019 is when they implemented that one wholesale deal per 1 year period or some silly stuff like that. The governor signed it into law because the real estate agents in Illinois were getting mad that wholesalers was making too much money without a license. So they said you can't be wholesaling without a license in Illinois.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, you think, Chris?
I think it's a bad thing. It's the government getting involved. I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you can do one deal per 12-month period. You just can't run a business. You can't be like, oh, I'm doing 7 deals a month. No, not without a license, not in Illinois. Oh, there goes Sheba back. Yeah, you got to have a license to wholesale more than one deal per 12-month period in Illinois.
Think about how many wholesalers exited the market on Illinois because they're like, hey, I can no longer wholesale multiple deals out here.
Yeah.
And then you're equipped with the knowledge of knowing you, even though you can't wholesale more than one, but you can assign beneficial interests of a trust, for example, as many times over as you want. Is it a bad thing?
Well, it's good and bad and everything. You just have to figure out which side of it that you're on. So,
Or do I just wholesale through my friend that has a license? You know what I mean?
But your friend gonna get a cut of every deal you do. I mean, it's
Yeah,
fine.
obviously, but you know what? Sometimes you got to pay to play. I mean, it is what it is.
Sheba, you missed it. So there are I'm glad you showed up. We talked about this a few days ago. It's very important that you're here because you're going to learn things that you're possibly not going to come across in a free world. So, for example, you can assign the beneficial interest of a trust many times over, even though you can't even though maybe you can't do 1 million assignments in Illinois. Okay. So if you create a trust, you and your partner going to as partners on it, and then you can sign off your beneficial interest on it. You could do that as many times as you want. So if you have your education in place, you could just keep moving forward while everyone else thinking this stuff is impossible. Yeah. I don't know if this is really it is a problem because they getting too involved. But at the same time, we just have to continue to educate ourselves, and we're going to be able to continue to be profitable.
So you can assign the beneficial interest of a trust. That's one. So we buy the property or put the property under contract in a trust, and we're going to assign the beneficial interest, which is that property of that trust, to some other entity. You can do the same thing with an LLC as well. You can assign or sell an LLC to somebody as well, transfer it. So,
it's another loophole.
All loopholes to the loophole. So no matter what rules and regulations and things people try to put on you, there's always a way. That's why I don't even overthink this stuff. And I just say, bring me a seller that want to sell. Bring me a buyer that want to buy. We'll figure out the rest. I don't even overthink this stuff because I know there's always a way. Even though everybody else telling you there is no way, I'm going to find the way.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading somewhere that was saying, 5 years ago they were estimating it was over 90,000 wholesalers in America, and now they're estimating it's about 12,000.
Damn.
This is a good thing for the people still in the game.
Yeah, and I see it. It went kind of viral from 2017, 18 up to the pandemic. Then a lot of people got out because they was like, oh, we was running out to the house, even though I was doing virtual deals before the pandemic. So a lot of people didn't even know you didn't have to run out to the house every time, Art.
Well, I didn't know. I paid for my education, and now I know, and I'm still in the game.
That's right. So we don't worry about what they're going to do with that. So any other thoughts on that hedge funds buying single family homes?
Yeah, just to recap, I don't care what they do. I'm going to figure out what I can do, and I'm going to do it.
You're going to solve the problem, and you're not worried about them.
Because these some evil motherfuckers.
Oh, what he said.
Evil.
Shut your mouth.
They're so evil. They're so evil that they want to hide from us how evil they are, because if we knew the truth, they knew that it would be mass pandemonium in America. Across the world.
That's it. All kind of funky stuff. So this is the part of the show that everybody loves. Open floor for any questions on any of the lessons. Because I know we talked about a lot of different stuff today. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about subject to. Talking about lease options. Talking about contract for deed. Talking about buying houses. Talking about selling houses. Talking about assigning beneficial interest. Talking about a whole bunch of talking about. Any questions? Karen liked that. She got a kick out of that. Any questions, Karen? I know you got a question. You never run out.
I always have a question. So my question is this. Um, so if Trump bill passed, it comes to a point where he does this, what would be, the first thing we should implement? Like, should we just go out there and just start doing, I guess I know the answer to this, a whole bunch of deals. Definitely. Like we should keep doing the same thing we're doing, but to increase even more as much as we can.
Will it affect you? Are you a hedge fund? Are you an institutional buyer?
No.
Are you buying 90 doors at a time?
Shouldn't affect me.
Or you can be like Art and try to buy 100 and something deals at a time.
That's Art. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think
I'm not going to be concerned. To me, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah. It's probably a better opportunity for us. I think it puts more deals on the market for us to do deals.
Yeah, it will. It will. But I just don't like the fact that the government is putting their hands in any real estate. They do have somewhat of their hands, especially like Section 8 or whatever. And
let me ask you this, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, because I never run out of questions. What do you propose is done to assist or help with the unaffordability of real estate right now for families?
Repeat that question for me, please.
Yeah, what do you think should be done to assist in the unaffordability problem for real estate for families right now?
They should make it affordable. Find some I think the government should create, like right now, due to the tornado that happened in St. Louis in the city, the government is doing now for that?
Nothing. Them houses still messed up.
No. Well, what's left, whoever owns property in the city right now, if you have a 2-family flat or any type of rental property, they are giving you the money up front for a whole year to put a homeless family in one of those homes and into your property.
I think so. Teresa got the answer right here. She said, drop that rate again. That's what we need to get that thing down to 2% again.
Yeah, they need to drop the rate. And I think they are. I think the rates are coming down. I think Trump is going to see rates coming down. But I'm talking about the government doing other things too, being more involved in making things more affordable too.
How? Because the government do a lot of stuff. How? If you're the mayor of, I'm gonna pick the city St. Louis because you kind of like St. Louis a little bit. You're now the mayor of St. Louis City and County. How do you fix affordability in this city?
I will give an incentive to the homeowner or the landlord to put in homeless families into their property with the rent paid up for at least 2 years.
Who's paying for that?
Government.
Who's paying for that?
Well, taxpayers.
Come on.
Paying for it. So
you want to raise my taxes to put homeless people in properties? Is that what you're telling me? I'm just asking questions here.
Let's balance this. The taxpayers pay us to get some type of incentive too. Maybe if that makes sense.
How about more seller financing? That's what T-Rail say. More seller financing. Come on.
That's the answer.
Number one answer.
There you go.
What do you think, Sheba? How are we going to solve this unaffordability in the marketplace?
I don't know, but more seller financing sounds good for me. Like that means that I can get in the game with little to no money down and start building generational wealth for my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the individual, but I'm with Art. Right now, all I can do is create sustainability for me, my kids. I got to set up my generation. So
that's the tricky part.
I got a possible solution for affordability.
Sure.
So what I would think that the most logical way for people to be able to afford more homes would be there's a huge gap for skilled tradesmen. If more people went into getting these positions of skilled trades, then more people will be able to afford these houses. So if we put a focus on that, which there is a certain amount, huge opportunity for people. This is why I went into skilled trades. If you go get you a skilled trade, you'll be able to afford a house. You got to be good at your trade though. That'll get you there. That will get you there.
That's true. Why wouldn't
That
it
would
help?
absolutely help the population that I work with for sure, because I think that having a high percentage of the population that are former offenders, they may have bad credit, no credit. I mean, they have all these obstacles. So if you create these ways in which they can make money, and make a sustainable living, then their background counts a lot less at that point. They have the buying power. They're able to leverage the money that they have. We can teach them creative financing deals, or we can do it, become the landlord for them to where their credit is not necessarily, a thing. So I think that we ourselves as individuals can play a part in that and create these opportunities for people that would not normally um, be able to afford buying.
Yeah, because this kind of
I'm
comes
not
back
going to
to
promote. I'm sorry. I'm not going to promote making away for co-living because that's how I eat. I'm eating co-living. I'm taking over. Co-living is. I'm not promoting that. That's all that bread is for. Now I'm kidding.
because this come back to almost what Karen was saying a second ago about making an incentive. Why can't they make it an incentive for investors to help solve this problem? Why not work together with the private sector and the government to solve this problem?
And you're right. And the many billionaires that live in the city of St. Louis, they can't fix up North Side St. Louis. What
No, no,
Billionaires do
what's
that,
what's the
crazy
Karen.
bad.
what
Why
Karen,
that's
would
really
where
sad. That's sad.
where do they live at, Karen? That's all I want to know.
There are plenty of billionaires in St. Louis and
Where?
millionaires.
I'm asking as a single woman in America. Where they live at, girl?
They
I'm gonna
live,
ask.
they live, we drive through it all the time. They
I'm gonna
they
ask a
we
better
know where they
question,
live at.
Karen. I'm gonna ask a better question. What incentivizes the billionaire, millionaire, whoever this Google man you just made up to want to do this thing you're talking about? What's the incentive?
Well, number one should be the fact that, you're helping a homeless family with children and kids. You're helping people out.
Is
That
that an
should be
incentive for them though?
and it's
no?
not, but it should be your heart. It should be your heart posture.
Nobody cares
It
about
should
that.
be. But because it's not most people heart posture, then here it is. You get some type of tax cut, which the wealthy gets anyway, but even more.
That's why they have the opportunity zones. That's what that does.
Opportunity zones.
Ding.
That's what it is. So I mean, I say it's got to be something that could be done, but
We got
it's
to
got to
come in
be
the
an incentive.
middle.
If we're depending on millionaires and billionaires to come in and save the day on the worst of the worst, we're dreaming. That's not how the real world works. It has to be an
I
incentive.
never understand that. I just never understand. Well, how much of that money you gonna spend in your lifetime? And
They
then when you
worried
die,
about their
you
kids and their kids.
They ain't worried
some
about you.
of them
They can't
don't.
worry.
Warren Buffett ain't even giving his children half his billions. So
So, like,
he's doing something else with it.
but that's the
But
beauty of
hey,
America, Karen. That's the beauty of living in this so-called free country. You do whatever you want to do with your money. It's your money until the government
yeah,
take half of it. So that's
they
all.
do. Unless you move out of the country, which is a
That's
whole
right.
nother topic right now.
That's my goal.
So,
I
which
want to get so rich where I gotta move. I don't want to pay the taxes no more.
I got some family members heading to Africa, and their money is longer there. And plus, they're buying the real estate is cheaper there, and they're buying a whole like hotel suite type of thing where it's going to be like short term rental, cheaper. It's very cheap, very cheap.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
I think
like,
that's a sustainable option for some people for sure.
yeah,
And but for those of us that understand that we are the American Indians and this is our land, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. But I'll write y'all though. I'll come visit y'all. I got a passport. I'm gonna come visit y'all. I promise.
Are
I'm
you
coming everywhere
saying?
y'all going.
Are you saying they didn't land on Plymouth Rock, but Plymouth Rock landed on us?
Cause
What you
here
say
I'm
now?
not, baby. I'm an American Indian. I'm from the Choctaw Nation, baby. I'm not going nowhere. I ain't finna let them take this land. They're
Come
not gonna
on.
push me off with
They
their
already
taxes.
took it.
I'm gonna find these loopholes. I'm gonna find all these different ways that I can get around it. I'm gonna make that A-Rap money passed down to my generations, and I'm gonna put. I already have a trust. I'm teaching my children about trust now, because that supersedes a will. I'm just gonna teach my future generations on how to sustain it and how to keep what I acquired in our bloodline, because that's the name of the game. Period. Right now,
Wait a minute, Sheba.
Bill
You just
Gates.
said something powerful.
Bill Gates is buying up a large percentage of all the real estate in this country. They're not talking about stopping him. How are we
Wow.
gonna
Yeah.
stop that dude? You know what I'm saying? He's out here buying all the
Mhm.
farmland. Buying property is cool, like buying houses and all of that. That's great
Land
because
is where
real
it is.
estate.
Yeah.
But for me, I grew up a farm girl. I grew up in New York City. My great grandparents in Arkansas still had a farm. So for me, I understand the leverage and the power in both. I don't just want buying power with houses. I want land that I can till or lease to other farmers. They're paying me. I'm not even doing no work. They're farming the land for me. I can go down there and get crops just because we have a relationship together, but they're paying me for my land that they're farming, they're cropping, and they're doing all the work to sustain it.
Come on.
That's wisdom. I like it.
There's multiple different ways to do it, but as an American Indian from America, I didn't come over on no slave. My ancestors didn't come over on no slave ship. We was already here. I'm not letting them run me off nowhere. I'm gonna figure out how to play the game of Monopoly until I play it and play it and play it, and then I'm gonna level up. That's it. But yeah, going to other countries, I think that's a huge exit strategy for other people. I would like to purchase real estate like in Thailand and other places, but I'm not just uprooting because the more of us that uproot, I feel
Thailand, they
like
about
that's
to be
why.
invaded. You want to buy some property in Thailand? China gonna take that over next year.
Yeah, but at the same time, they about to come take over here too. Like, what's the
No,
difference?
we going. If they take this land over, it's gonna be hell and brimstone. We dropping nukes without thinking about it, but that's a whole other story. We ain't going out like that. You know that. I was in the army for 6 years. We ain't scared of nothing. We gonna go down swinging a bucket, and swinging. So hopefully that got y'all something good there. But before we land this plane, I gotta ask Karen,
Yes, sir.
what have you learned today?
You always ask me that. Anyway, no, really. Um, man, I've learned today that you really do have to have. It's good to just stay focused and buy your assets and get as many assets as you can. And yeah, still continue to focus on what the news is saying and what the government is saying, and how the laws are changing, and stay on top of that. Some people say don't, I don't watch TV or I don't do this because I'm just don't want to hear all the bad. No, no, it's not smart not to continue to see what the news channel is saying, what the government is saying. You got to stay on top of those things.
Okay, makes sense. What about you, Sheba? What have you learned today?
I learned that Karen is a boss and she got the longest lunch break ever. Cause yo, but I learned that I can do sub to and creative finance deals in properties that people are not behind on their mortgage. I did not know that. But the main thing that I learned that right now, my first step is qualifying according to the 4 pillars, setting appointments, and getting a closer, studying the closing calls at futurecashflow.com. Cause period, build my confidence that way. And then I'm gonna attack these deals. We getting ready. But right now, I'm just gonna focus on the 4 pillars, qualifying these leads, and then bringing them to a closer, like you want art.
That's it. That's it. It ain't no reason to overthink it. Worried about what exit strategy, how we gonna do the probate, how we gonna stop the auction, how we gonna do all them questions. We got answers for all of that stuff. We don't even care. If a seller willing to play, we got a way. Oh, come on with
I
it.
got questions. And you know what? That's so good because also, like you mentioned earlier about asking a question and not saying anything, wait till they answer you. Like, would you sell it for 7,000? Hold your thought and see what they say.
And don't say a
Because
peep.
don't say not, zip it
If
up.
you gotta push the
Don't
mute on
say
your phone, Mr. Seller, would you consider X number for the property?
yeah.
And he's like,
Look,
well, I don't know about that. And you don't be too quick to say something. Let him get it all out of his chest. Because he might say, well, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah,
Just by not
that's
saying nothing.
powerful.
Or here's
Powerful.
an even dumber thing. I don't want to call it dumber, but it is. You could ask them that. They'll say a number. Or you say, how much did you want for your house? I want 100,000. Don't say nothing. Let it sit. Well, I really will take 90. Like, damn, I ain't even say nothing. And you went down on your own. Happens all the time. You have to master the mute button. Know when to speak and ask questions, and know when to don't say nothing. Very good skill to learn, especially if you're talking about becoming a good closer. How you think we close these deals? That's the magic. Don't gotta know everything. We just need to know to ask the right question and allow them to close themselves.
Love it.
Miss Sharonda, what about you? What have you learned today?
Well, first I need to take a step back. When y'all was talking about the skilled trades, it is a shortage out here, and Home Depot does have some free programming for people to get certified. And I believe there's some other organizations or entities and schools that are offering free education because we do have a shortage in regards to that. And what did I learn today? What I learned today was that I need to figure out these contracts so I can start trying to get these deals together. Also, from what you're saying is that if we got a property and a party that's interested, we need to just start rolling with it, and we need to figure the rest out on the way. And did you say it was you can only do one wholesale deal in Illinois a year?
If you don't have a real estate license, correct.
Okay. Well, that was something that I learned. I never heard of that before.
What was the governor name over there? The one before the governor that's there now, the one signed that into law.
Maybe Pritzker.
Yeah, Pritzker. But no, I think it was the one before him. What the guy there now is Pritzker, right?
I don't really know.
I don't even like going to Illinois. Don't tell nobody.
Me neither.
I'm
Hey,
1
Illinois.
for 4 over there. I think I closed one deal out of 4.
I don't like it over
My
there.
ratio ain't too good over there. 25% batting average.
That's pretty good.
And we only made, I think, what, 1,500 or something. It was like peanuts. Like, dude, that ain't no money in real estate. That's some money. Don't get me wrong. We like the money, but that ain't no money in real estate. We trying to go get 15,000, 150,000. We trying to get some bread. We ain't trying to go get no crumbs and be like, oh, I gotta go find another one. Because that's all it means. You get a little bitty check. Gotta go find another one real quick because it's gonna run out before you know it. So go get the money and don't cut yourself short. Believe in yourself. Ask good questions. Don't try to know everything. Just know to ask the question. That's it. Even if you know the answer, ask it anyway and let them answer. Do your practice when you're talking to sellers. Let them answer the question. Don't answer it for them. I know you won't do this, but let me see. No, don't be leading them into the question. Just ask the question. That's it. And if you want to connect, Chris at futurecashflowclub.com. But Mr. Art, what did you learn today?
All right, I'm gonna make this real quick. A lot of things actually. One thing, I like the closing line that you said. Very simple. Would you consider 7,000 for this property? That's a close. That can definitely, if anyone uses that enough times, you will get a deal. That's a close. You always got to go for the close. Another thing is USAA and Insurance are good companies for roof claims. That's good to know. State Farm is the worst. Allstate is 50-50. There is a website that tracks excessive wind damage, etc. by looking up Hail Trace. Okay. Another thing would be I need to use these 1-hour open houses to my advantage. Another thing is if we're looking for deceased property owner relatives, look up John Doe in the name of the city obituary. Now, more importantly, a couple things that I want to just bring back up is I just want to make sure that, you know, whoever listening, this is important. There is a huge skills gap out there of over 1 million positions of skilled tradesmen that are needed. Okay, this is irrelevant, but I currently make $60 an hour. Okay, what that has done for me in my life is allowed me time and resources to be able to go into real estate. This could be the most direct way that we can deal with the affordability crisis, in my opinion. The other thing is, I remember, Chris, you and I had this conversation maybe a year or two ago. I think I asked you what made you get to the point in life that you are right now, where you're this complete savage. And what you told me was you realized that at a certain point in life that no one was going to save you. That resonated with me so hard because I had that same realization a long time ago, and I never really thought of it like that. So it is up to us to go out here, create opportunities, learn these skill sets, study, present opportunities to people, and put ourselves in the middle. Life is a complete dogfight and is no sympathy for us. So if we don't do these things, then our life can go very, very bad for us. And if we're willing to go through the motions and do all of these things, then we can at least live a sustainable life. So all of these are the things that kind of came up to me today.
100%. This is it. You know, we try to overthink this stuff and overprocess it, and nobody's coming to save you. That's real life right there, especially with rents going up high and all of this stuff, and everybody worried about this and worried about that, and the government. Whatever happens, gonna happen. We gonna go out here and solve problems for people, help people out, do what we supposed to do. What they call that when you do what you're supposed to do, whether somebody watching or not. What's that called?
Integrity.
Come on with it.
All day.
And also, really quickly, I'm sorry, but for those that are interested in the skilled trades, you can always go to the unemployment office in your local city or town, and they pay for the training for you. So it's not even just Home Depot, because we don't know the quality of what Home Depot is going to teach or not, or certification. You can always go, you can get a degree or a certification through your local college or school just by going to the unemployment office and letting them know that you're interested in taking a skilled trade, and they will pay for it for you.
Very true.
Yep.
Very
Up
true.
here in Michigan is Michigan Works and Detroit at Work. And that's the truth. They will help you in some capacity, if not all of it.
For anyone watching in Indiana, you want to look up indianaplan.org.
Come on with it. That's the name of the game.
What was that again? Art did you say Indiana Plan?
Indianaplan.org.
Gotcha.
And so let's see here. Wall Street Trapper said if you give them permission to feed us, we give them permission to starve us. Come on. What you know about some Wall Street Trapper?
He was a skilled tradesman as well. He was
What
a
you know
union
about
iron
Wall
worker.
Street Trapper? What you know about him?
Ooh.
Come on
Do
with
y'all,
it.
do y'all be
Wasn't
talking
it
about
there?
stocks and stuff on here?
Come on, y'all.
Okay.
You thought we was out here playing? You thought we was out here playing?
Okay.
We swinging, bucking, and swinging. Come on with it.
Chris, you need to be the one. You need to be running for St. Louis City and St. Louis County mayor, bro. You know everybody.
Come on.
You gotta be plugged in like the mayor. Whoop de doo.
Love it.
Name of the game. All right.
Well, tell Shay we said congratulations on such a huge milestone. We are so proud of her, and we pray nothing but abundant blessings for you and your beautiful family. Happy birthday. And we send all the love over there to Justin and Taraya. We know y'all gonna watch. We love you too. We know today's Taraya's birthday, so y'all turning up. What's up? We love you, fam. Happy birthday. And blessings and peace to everybody. You got a question, Art? $60 an hour doing what?
All right. So what I do, you probably never heard of this before. I am a union millwright general foreman. Look it up.
Ding, that sounds like a quality job. Could I qualify for it? Y'all hire?
Always.
I bet. I'm unemployable. I can't do it.
Hey Chris, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
So on your site, the trial version, does it include any of your forms or anything like that?
Only the ones that come with whatever site. So you break it all down.
Okay, I didn't hear none of that. You were muffled.
Elite. You need the elite. Elite give you everything you need at futurecashflowclub.com. And if you're looking for a good phone system with AI already built into it, futurecashflowphone.com. Make sure you tap in with that. So I'm going to let y'all get back to your Sunday night. We appreciate you all for coming in. Hope you learned something today. Hope you implement things that you learned today. Don't be afraid to talk to people, understand them, truly try to give them a solution to their problem, and you're going to eat as well. So it shouldn't be anybody mad. Any other questions?
Thanks for all you do, Chris. Thank you.
All right. So I will see you on the next one. Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we...